What's good? What's good? What's good? How's everyone doing tonight? Hope you're all well. Um, had a bit of a start with the stream there. Hopefully it's still fine. Hope everyone's having a really good day. I'm not sure if this is actually going live or not. Hopefully, hopefully we have some people pop in. Anyway, happy Tuesday. Yeah, how's everyone doing? How's your week's been? Um, yeah, what can I say? Sounds good, bro. Hang on a second. Da, 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 da. Everything's good now. I'm glad to hear it, man. Hang on a sec. Oh. Yeah, no, my stream kind of messed up a little bit. I'm gonna redo the poll. What were the words I thought of? Hang on a second. Sorry, guys. Working out in the yard. Sounds good, man. Give me a second, guys. I'm just sorting this out. Hang on a moment. Hang on a second, boys. There we are. All right. How we doing, lads? What's good? I'm gonna be back in 1 second. I just need to grab something. Please bear with me. Yeah, sorry guys, give me 1 second. I'm just fixing up a few settings. If you wouldn't mind voting on the poll what you genuinely think, I'm interested to know. Antec, how you doing, man? Finally not a gay portrait stream. Sorry to disappoint you, man. Gay portraits all the way, bro. Working on a boat in the yard, you're live. I am, yeah. You know me, man. I always try to keep things stepping on Tuesday. How you doing, Ron and Luck? Nice sunny day here in the Midwest. Don't rub it in, cunt. All right. It's been miserable here today. Tone K, my guy. How you doing, UV? Good evening, David Balatek. How are you? Hello from Ireland. Avas, where are you from in Ireland? As a fellow Irishman, I need an answer to this question. It helps us to gain an early rapport, you know. Big drama show with this betting scandal, and it's only just begun, my friend. It's about to get really fucked up. How you doing, Juice Man? What's good, man? Sorry it took me a little while to get going there. I managed to completely cock up my stream settings, and then I tried to undo them and just made them worse. I'm with Antec, man. I'm surprised this shit didn't happen sooner. This has been on the cards for a while. We know they've been cheating. We know fighters been scummy and been cheating. I've seen you in McDonald's. I don't eat that horrible shit. Do I look like a peasant, sir? I don't eat that peasant food. How you doing, Secret 123? Hello, I'm UV. Nice to meet you, UV. Where are you from? You work there. Definitely not me, sir. If I've ever eaten McDonald's, it's been by order. I couldn't bear to be seen in a joint like that. For God so loved the world that he sent his only begotten son, that whoever believes in him should not perish but have everlasting life. How you doing, Jacob? Thank you for those very nice words. The Cardinals beat the Cowgirls. None of us are surprised. Let's keep it real. None of us are remotely surprised by that outcome. How we all doing though, boys? What's good in the hood? I'm going to make this stream as racist as possible. We're going all in today, boys. 1 second. All right, we're back. We're back. My sister just made me watch the wackiest movie I've ever seen called Annihilation. I never heard of that one. What's it about? Racist? No, I'm not racist. I'll come back when it's over though. No, no, I mean I'm gonna address racism. That's what I meant. Did I say it in another way? Yes? I hear you. You hear me what? I hear you stepping on the I'm on my video right now, son. Can I bring you to bed in a minute? Hey, where's the other picture? Where's the other picture? There's no other picture. Where was that? Hang on a second, sorry guys. It's when you were talking. Yeah, I know. Right, that's probably going to be the last time I get up. I know, Juice. See all those. See the Dallas Cowboys are never going to win anything ever again. They're cooked. Even I know that. I'm not really a big NFL fan. Racism is fine with me. How you doing, Skippy? What's good, my brother? Welcome back to the channel. Interesting depiction. I'm very curious to see how this poll is going to go. And by the way, yeah, if you have selected the option of other, please tell me what word first comes to mind when you hear America. By the way, yeah, when I checked out some other countries, I like because I typed it into AI. You know, first word that's associated with America. I tried it with like different countries. AI is racist, man. Or more importantly, the internet is racist, which will surprise no one. How you doing, Musa? How you doing, Ahmad? Ahmad, what's good, man? Ahmad Hitcham. How you doing, bro? Anyway, sorry, I'm all settled down now. How are we doing, guys? Guitar classic. Is that the first thing you think of when you think of America? Interesting. Annihilation is amazing. I agree. And a happy new year, Frankula. How you doing, musical? What's good, man? By the way, man, shout out to you, man. It was really, really fun being on with you on Saturday. We really need to do more of this. We really do. It was really fun chopping up with you. I had a really good time. What are you and MMA now going to collab on? He got back to me. It kind of depends on what he's on, you know. We could do like a topic video or something, or we could do like a live stream, whatever he's into, really. I was about to say I can swing both ways, but don't want to give you guys the wrong impression. You think of guitar. Interesting. That might be the only guitar answer we get tonight, but we'll see. Annihilation is dope. I've never even heard of it. We talk about everything here except MMA. Exactly. And by the way, yeah, while we're on the topic of MMA, I finally had a look at that at the card for this weekend. It is way better than last week's card on paper. Way better. There's actually some sly bangers in there. I know the main event isn't exactly, you know, amazing, but you know, do a live stream on JDM and Islam. I mean, we can talk about that. I've given my views on it a few times, and I feel like I'm kind of going back and forth on that one. Bro, are you better than everyone? Nah, I'm not better than everyone. Nah. I don't even know if I'm better than some people. It depends on how you define better. I don't really like to make passing judgments like that. Looks like you failed Triple N already. What does that mean? Main event makes you think the card is shit, but it's actually a very decent card. This is the thing. Whereas last week's main event was, it didn't have the best names on it. It was a shit card. This one is actually good. There's some really good fighters. There's some really good fighters on this one. Let me quickly pull it up here and just highlight what I'm saying. So, 1 second, boys. Oops, that's the wrong thing. Hang on a sec. Let me share. 1 second, guys. I think it's this one I'm trying to do. All right, so we've got like Bonfim and Brown. They're not exactly main event worthy, and I don't think Schnell. I mean, the fact that Schnell is still fighting in the UFC is insane. But Sadikov versus Medic is a great fight. Padilla versus Bonfim is a decent fight. Padilla's half decent. Ricky Simon and Barcelos is a great fight. Leroy Duncan and Chulio is an absolute banger. That should be the co-main event, or probably not the main event, but it's a very good Emil and Emmers is a great fight. Yanez and Quinones is a great fight. There's some bangers all over this shit. Tisha Pennington, I know she's a dyke and a bit weird, but like she brings the thunder. And Miles Johns and Daniel Marcos is a good fight. I don't know who Jesus is fighting, or who's fighting Jesus, but this is a good card, man. Anyone who's suggesting otherwise is just wrong. Looks like you failed No Nut November. We're only 4 days into it, bro. Yeah, I failed that shit. When I hear the word America, what comes to mind is war, destruction, and real terrorism. Man, they want to invade Venezuela. I'm interested. I'm interested to see what the first word is, because the first word I thought of was cunts, but that's just me. I love America for many reasons. Yeah, Musa, I got the message. What makes it look like I failed No Nut November? Is it because I look happy and relaxed and centered? What do you think Montoya will say on Hawani show? Will he throw Isak under the bus, or will he say he was injured and the info just leaked? I think he's going to plead complete ignorance. I think he's going to say they had no idea, and that maybe somebody was watching and that saw that he had a problem and then spread it. I think that's what he's going to say. He's got to say something. He's going to go on like he had no idea, that his fighter had nothing to do with it, which is probably the smart thing to do. How you doing, Go Furious? I hope Tracy Cortez gets ragdolled by Erin. She probably will. Erin Blanchfield looks like a dumpy teenager, but she's actually a decent fighter. And Tracy Cortez sucks and isn't hot. How you doing, Go Furious? How you doing, Sanad? Hi, man. How you doing? Mohammed, I'm very, very good, man. Glad to have you here. Welcome to the channel. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Hi, you look like Jesse from the show Breaking Bad. I get that a lot. Which basically means I look like a meth-head tweener. Which isn't the greatest look in the world, I'll be honest, but it is what it is. You having a good day? It's been not bad, man. Had a long day at work, but it was good. Ask MMA Now 27 if he wants to. No, I don't want to do that now. I'm not staying on for that long. I definitely would like to stream with him at some point, but I don't know how long I'm going to be on for tonight. And if I'm going to get into it and have a singular stream, then I want to make the stream about that. This is more of a random meet up. How you doing? Helwani is a scum. He is a scum. I made a video about it, and I really enjoyed taking the piss out of him. He is a scumbag. I have a feeling, he's trying to set MMA Guru up to go over there. And I think he's been preparing notes and been preparing an attack for the last year. And that he's waiting to get him on there and humiliate him. I'm doing really well, man. Really well. I had a busy day, but it was all right. Did you see Lucas is retiring from YouTube again? That guys. Why did he say he's retiring this time? How you doing, Jojo? What's good, man? Yeah, this is a bit of a spontaneous one. I was planning on doing like a different type of stream today, but I got back from work so late that just decided to do a spontaneous one. Every day you have to deal with feral children who can't speak English would be exhausting. That's not what it's not what my job. I mean, sometimes it feels that way, but is that your job? Come on, man. Where did the sudden Tracy hate come from? I'm gonna be real, Go Furious. It's when she started talking. It's like, you know, when you meet like a, and I'm not talking from experience here, a friend told me this, but it's like, you know, when you go to a bar, yeah, and you see like a really hot woman, and then you siphon up to her and you're like, hey, how you doing? Like, what's your name? What are you doing here? You know, the usual bullshit. And then she answers with the most masculine voice you could ever possibly imagine. And then you feel like he has betrayed you. Do you know what I mean? That's what Tracy Cortez did to the guys. That's what she did to the boys, basically. She should have never spoken. Who you got, Josh Van or Pantoja? Jojo, I think Pantoja. I love Joshua Van, but I think it's too soon for him. I think in a couple of years, Joshua Van's going to be amazing, but I think Pantoja's going to beat the absolute fuck out of him. I'm going to be honest. Hang on a second. Sorry. Yes, son? All right, hang on. Hang on. Don't worry. Come here. Come here. Why are you upset? Why are you upset? All right, I'll take you upstairs. I'll take you upstairs. I love you. Good night. Good night. Yeah, sorry, these are the downsides of going on early. Hang on a sec. Yeah, he's quite upset. If I don't say good night properly, he gets quite upset. Yeah, so I was saying, yeah, I think Pantoja is just too good right now. I think he beats him up. I think Van will have moments, but I think ultimately Pantoja will just take him down and beat him up on the ground. That's exactly what I'm expecting. Do you like MMA Guru? He looks like an egotistical shithead to me. I like MMA Guru a lot. Yeah. I've been a big fan of his from back in the day. You know? He's the best at it. I agree, man. Pantoja is just too big and too powerful and strong for anyone to beat him anytime soon. He's a tank at flyweight and steamrolls everybody on the ground. It's the experience factor as well. He can do everything. Yeah, he's 5 years old. He's only just turned 5 as well, like last month. So he's still a youngin. This is why I never go on this early, because obviously I don't want him to go on camera. Pantoja was being slept on for way too long. He really was. His battles with Moreno were insane. To beat Moreno 3 times, then he's good. Yeah, I'll ask him later. I definitely will. I'm in contact with him anyway, Rays. So we'll definitely sort something out. He's a very good creator, so shout out to him. Shout out to my favorite Francis for being a gentleman and a scholar. I appreciate that, man. Yeah, it's hard to even if you don't like MMA Guru's personality, you can't discredit his intellect, his work ethic, and just his personality. You're struggling in life, aren't you? Depends on what you define as struggling. I don't really see it that way. I think I'm happy. I'm content. Do you watch WWE, Frankie? Anchor, don't. I'm not 12, man. I'm 41. Not that I'm insulting you for watching it now, but because I did watch it up until when I was like 17 or 18, but now I can't fuck with that shit. Thoughts on Ben Shapiro? I don't know too much about his policies and stuff, but he seems like a really well-spoken, articulate individual. Yeah, interesting character. Certainly very popular. Are you a vegan? Fuck no. Fuck no. I like my steak so raw that I would literally bite it off a cow's ass if I had the opportunity. That's how raw I like my shit. Jake Paul called out Francis for being a scammer. I mean, that's ironic. It's fucking ironic coming from that cunt. It really is. He's Richie Rich English. No, I'm not Richie Rich. I'm doing all right, man. I'm doing all right. Had a bit of a humble beginning, but blue steak is goated. What you need to fuck with Super Shotgun is Argentinian steak. The Quillen knockout by leg kick. Do you mean the one by leg kick? I haven't seen the leg kick one. I did see him murder a guy last week though. That was some brutal shit. How you doing, Monarch? What's good, my man? Hope you're well. Sorry, I'm all over the place. I've been my stream came out all fucked up, and then my son, I thought he was asleep, but then started running around and got to take care of business. I'm not sure if I've ever had blue steak. Sounds interesting though. What the fuck? You're 41. I thought you were max 35 when you said you were getting old. Now, man, I'm an old fuck. I just turned 41 recently though. Is your son a mix of white and Chinese? Yeah, that's what happens when you jizz in a Chinese person. You mix. They don't come out white. Cheerio, Professor Francis. How you doing, T at DM table? What's good, man? I can't find anything about her being a controlled op. So, yeah. Yeah, the mother of my children is Chinese, yeah. We've got 3 kids. Where is your wife? I don't know. Like, specifically? I'm not sure. These are getting like, do you want, like, an exact location? I don't understand. Leg knockout, search it. Hang on. Do you mean the head kick KO? How you doing, Captain Raph? What's good, man? Do you mean the head kick KO? Oh, you were talking about Katie Hopkins, by the way. Yeah, Katie Hopkins is nuts, but no, I mean, are you still married? Yeah, we're not divorced. We're not divorced. Nah. It's very, very complicated. You are living 100 more years. You are living 100 or more years by the look on your face. It's not necessary. We met at an airport. Were you ever in a fraternity? Nah. In the UK, they don't really do that shit. They had like they did have like frat houses and stuff like that where we'd go and party, but it wasn't like in America, you know, with all the spanking and shit. You know, we're not closeted in that way. We're clearly out of the closet. Are you sure she's Chinese? Koreans and Japanese look a lot similar. I'm sure. Is your father alive? Nah, he died just before my 22nd birthday. He knocked out that Afghan Moroccan guy. Do you mean the head kick KO? Or do you mean because leg kick KO doesn't sound right? Do you mean he kicked him in the head? Of course I saw that. Yeah, my father died like 18, 19 years ago of a heart attack while he was in Poland. He was out there dicking down some Polish broad. And well, I don't know if he had a heart attack while smashing her, but anyway. What do you think of the Flash Gordon remake? I haven't seen it, but I'm assuming it's gonna suck absolute balls. Because they're never going to I'm done with remakes, man. Easy top 10. Oh, it was brutal, man. I thought he was dead. I mean, mate, how much complicated anything you can tell us? Well, you know, it's more like you've been together for a long time, and then like, you know, it's complicated. I don't really want to go. It's more that I don't really want to go into details because I don't want to. She's the mother of my children. At the end of the day, I don't want to disrespect her. And also, it's not that interesting. Hack Parast, yeah, we all saw it. I thought you meant he'd leg kick KO'd somebody, like he kicked him in the leg, and then it was so bad he knocked them out. I mean, kicked him in the head. That was brutal. Definitely thought he killed that cunt. That's apparently. I mean, they didn't say it in as many words, but yeah, apparently he was mid smash. Tell us a joke. Do I look like a fucking comedian, mate? Like and subscribe. Nice to meet you, Killing Blocks. Where are you from, sir? I like your P for P. Is that? Trying to get I'm not sure exactly where that's from. Yeah, sorry, I don't accept donations, man. I'm not worth your money. Australia rising star minority killer. I thought that was going to be a really close fight, and it wasn't. It was just brutal murder. They should have handcuffed him when they took him out of there. Math, how are you today? I'm superb, man. I've had a pretty good day. It was really busy. I also got interviewed for the next level up in my position. So I'm currently a department head. I want to be head of like an entire key stage or unit. So I'm only the lead of my subject, and I want to take over the whole fucking shit. But I'm not sure the interview went that well. I was waffling like a motherfucker, much like I do on here. Man, I cashed, man. I paid for my college fees due to MBA. Congratulations, man. Tell him your origin. He always tell a joke after it. Whenever I make jokes there, they more come out. It's more like accidentally. I don't really have like a joke set prepared. There was a barrel of spent brass at the recycling center. I reached in and pulled out a 47 to 70 shell. Shit. And now you're waiting trial, yeah? I remember when Krillin KO'd Anshul in 19 seconds. I can understand that at the Krillin hate right now. That must have really upset India. Must have really upset India because he got knocked off. That was one of the most embarrassing KOs ever. I can't prove it, but I'm pretty sure you do sleep with other women apart from your wife from time to time. Yeah, I don't do that. And even if I did do that, it's a difference. How do I answer this without incriminating myself? No, I don't. Like I said, it's a complicated situation. Same BS with the Irish still obsessed with hating the English from stuff 300 years ago when they are getting ethnically replaced in one generation. I agree with that. If you're into mechanics, this one is hot. Check out this channel. Do check out Kerry, who's amazing, Rob's neighbor. If you're into anything mechanical and just want to see a down-to-earth, awesome bloke talk about car repair and other stuff in his life, do it. That's where you subscribe. How you doing, Tiff? What's good? Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hang on a second. Hey, Anshul is a disappointment. That rascal said he could take down Khabib. Yeah, that was never going to happen. Are you going live again tonight? No, I won't be going live again tonight, but I'll probably be back tomorrow. I'll be on here until maybe 10 o'clock my time, which is about another 2 hours, depending on how things go. And then John Cusack, Gregory, thank you. Yeah, I used to get the John Cusack thing all the time, and it's because I've got a nose like a fucking dagger, mate. The John Cusack thing is something I haven't heard in a while. So shout out to you, bro. Big shout out to you. Was your father a good person? He was complicated. He was an alcoholic. He had a lot of demons. You know, there was a lot about the guy that was like, unsavory. Let's call it that way. But he was my dad. I loved him. It's complicated, isn't it? Everything in life is complicated. I wouldn't go as I don't. It's very hard to judge people as being good or bad these days because you never really know what's going on or what their reasons are for doing certain things, and So yeah, it's complicated. Chris Gray, Katie once said that she hates people with their name that name their children after places, while her daughter is named India. She's retarded. She is retarded. She's a moron. I'm glad to hear you're good, Tiff. I've had a really busy day, man. It's been crazy. It's been a crazy day. Do you know Speed? I do know Speed. How you doing, Kenny South Park? Sick name. How you doing, sir? Go 2 hours and 45 minutes so we can raid Shore Dog. I am not fucking doing that. There's no chance. I've had a really long day and I've got to go to bed. I can't make it that long. I might not even make it to 10. I think maybe I can do like another hour and a half to 2 hours max, and then I've got to fuck off. But I will put the link in the description. Who you got, Frankie? Liverpool or Real? And I think Liverpool will beat Real because it's at Anfield, and I think they're starting to turn things around again. And I think PSG are going to beat Bayern. But they're the two teams that I think are the most likely to win the Champions League. But Arsenal are really scaring me right now because I hate them and they're really good. Have you seen the poop wars in India? I haven't. Musa, where are you from, by the way? I've seen you around. I feel like you've been in this channel before. I can see the John Cusack thing as well. See, when people say John Cusack, I'm like, fine. I see that. The thin nose, the face that looks like it's been stuck in a lift. Is Ireland a good place to live? I was there for 6 months before I moved back to England, and I loved every second of it. Very friendly, very nice. And we moved around all over the place, just to get a feel for what it was like living there. And ironically, Dublin was the worst time I had. My word for America is they are very greedy, and other countries should not buy oil from Russia, but they did buy oil from Russia. So hypocrite is a word that comes to mind. Musa, do you follow Dankula Enjoyer? Are you a fellow Dankula Enjoyer? Good question. It's 3 p.m. for me. I still have a lot of things to do today. It's already bedtime for you. And I did not sleep well last night. I had the interview, kind of fumbled it a little bit, but I recovered it at the end. I've discovered, yeah, that when you're doing an interview, preparing notes is a very bad idea because as soon as I went off script, I started cooking. But while on script, your boy was waffling hard. Hard. Northern Ireland is a beautiful part of the world. I have been to Belfast and it was nice. A lot of graffiti, but it was nice. Western Night's not my favorite movie, but it's all right. Which movie are we talking about? Have you seen the video of Hindus worshipping a statue of Donald Trump? Definitely haven't seen that. What are the top places you recommend going to in Thailand? Got family traveling there soon and want to head there one day 100%. Looks nicer than I thought, other than Bangkok. Bangkok is a dirty shithole, depraved shithole. If I was you, yeah, I would go to Phuket or I would go to Koh Samui, which is like an island that's really, really nice. And you won't have people trying to grab your dick while you're walking down the street. And I say people very, very carefully because they are people on both sides. So if you're somebody who doesn't like getting their dick grabbed, go to Koh Samui or Phuket. Much more chilled. Have you seen the new Dracula? I haven't. I've seen there's a new Frankenstein movie out though, so I might check that shit out. I didn't know you had an interview. I hope it went well. I'm sure you were fine. I was rambling like a fucker. I was on one. My little sister has the absolute weirdest taste in movies as well. Oh, the movie Annihilation. I'm gonna add it to the list. What about Pattaya? Pattaya is worse than Bangkok. Pattaya is basically Ladyboy Central and Hooker Central. If you want hookers or you want ladyboys, go to Pattaya. I went there once with the mother of my children, and they are shameless over there. We went and saw a few shows, like went to a few bars. It was fucked up. They do not care if you've got a woman there. They could not give less of a shit. Anyway, new Dracula was kind of gay. New Frankenstein looks decent. I really like the director. Pan's Labyrinth is one of my favorite movies. I thought that the other film he made was terrible. The water one. I thought that was freaky and weird. But if you haven't seen Pan's Labyrinth, that's an absolute classic. How you doing, 10,000 Bs, my Kentish G? What you doing, bro? Quillen versus Bobby Green or Michael Chandler. What do you think? Nah, they're both washed. I think they're already lining them up to fight somebody else. You're 30. Hang on a second. How old is your oldest kid, did you say, Tiff? You said you're 32, yeah? How old is your oldest? I'm going to be lurking with the stream in the background. Got to do stuff. Thank you for streaming, mate. Shama, you are the man. This YouTuber is part of the LGBTQ community. Please share and support. Thanks, Luke. Let's not get that out there. I get enough attention from the gay community as it is already. Because obviously they want your boy to convert. Never going to happen. Pussy is fantastic. I'm sorry. And to be perfectly honest, yeah, we're born the way that we are. All right? Stop trying to convert me. It's never going to happen. Pan's Labyrinth is a classic, but it's pro-communist, to be honest. Thug life. I'm Irish, but I grew up in London. Are you a believer? A believer in what? Can you be more specific? Believer in what? By the way, guys, like I said, if you wouldn't mind liking the stream, I love you a long time. And yeah, let me know what your views are on the voting side of things. All's goody, yo, Western. Quick random question. Strawberry or blackcurrant? That's a very good question. I wonder what the context is. My kids are 5 and 6. They were born in the same year. 2009, son in January, daughter in November, and I'm absolutely done. That is based of you, Tiff. So I give you maximum credit for that because basically you pumped out the baby and you got home and you got straight back to slamming. The fact that it didn't deter you, warrior shit right there. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. My kids are very spaced apart because after most women have a kid, they don't want you to go anywhere near them. And rightfully so, because I've been live at births and it ain't fun. It looks really painful. Gay are born gay. Straight are born straight. I agree with you 100%, Maverick Rays. I've got nothing against gay people. Nothing at all. Tiff, you know I ain't lying. You know I ain't lying. Sorry, though. Sorry, maybe I went too far. Pro tip for all my Celtic cousins. Brussels sprouts is just baby cabbage. We've all done that. We've all pretended that they're... It's like I used to pretend like broccolis were little trees and I was a giant. We've all done it. Bayern, dude. 0-1. What a force. Are Bayern winning or losing? Let me check here. I said PSG were going to win that game, but was I incorrect? Are they winning already? Yeah, Bayern are monsters, man. It's very touch and go between the two of them, but Japan's population continues to decline due to continuous birth rate. I can't imagine if LGBTQ in Japan continues to grow up, we will become extinct. I don't think that's ever going to take off in Japan. I think it will be continued to be hidden. What is your body count approximately, and what race have you banged the most? I don't know what my exact body count is. I don't know. I would say it's the Asian region. In fact, it definitely is. Yeah, I know this guy. He called me the N-word. You mean ninja? Nothing racist about that. Oh no, it's no joke giving birth. Oh man, but I have one girl and one boy, so I'm content. Yeah, I'd be done too. Are you a believer of any religion and God, or are you an atheist? By the way, I'm an atheist. I'm an agnostic. So I believe in like a creator, but I don't follow any religion. If you piss in people's letterbox but give to charity, are you a good or bad person? Depends on which letterbox you piss in. No, it's actually a baby cabbage, cute and delicious. Yeah, sounds like. What is your... Oh, thanks, Tone. Do you have any little versions of yourself? I've never asked Tone that. How you doing, Nick S? I hope you're having a wonderful day as well. Welcome to the stream. You are very welcome. Are you Frankie Muniz? No. But shout out to Malcolm in the Middle. What a great show that is. I don't like cheesecakes or golden showers. You have 3 boys. Tone, how have I never asked you that question? That's not agnostic. It is agnostic. An agnostic person kind of picks and chooses what they like out of religions, or they pick and choose what they believe in or what seems verifiable, not verifiable, but like plausible to them. And that's kind of what I'm like. Now I know why you love China. 3 boys. Oh my, you have your hands full. Boys aren't that bad. How you doing, JF Empire? What's good, man? Where are you from and what's your story? My girls are a fucking handful. Nice to meet you, JF Empire. Did you do your stone stream yet? DM Tabor. I still can't get my hand on any ganja, bro. Everyone thinks I'm a narc. Every time I approach someone, they like oink at me and tell me to fuck off, pig. My how things have changed. It's hurtful. I just want some fucking weed, man. Hayden not joining today. I spoke to him earlier. We're going to do a call tomorrow to talk about some of the details, and then we're going to go live on Thursday. So I did add him on Instagram. Agnostic is meant to be... No, that's atheist. Atheist means you don't believe in a god. Whereas agnostic means that you have like, multifaceted views. Y'all eat beans for breakfast. I mean, we eat beans if it's like with a, like on a English breakfast. Anyone that just eats beans by themselves is an absolute scumbag wrong'un. You definitely still smoke. I haven't smoked weed since I was like 23, and I haven't smoked a cigarette since I was like 31 or 32. I have occasional bouts with like vaping, but I don't do it too often. I have a very stressful job, so I need an outlet. So it's either hard whiskey in my desk or the odd fucking toke. Both of my children are special needs. They both give me a lot to do, but they're so sweet. We have a lot of fun together. There seems to be either a very dramatic rise in children that have special needs, or the process in which we diagnose is much more thorough. Dude, that's not atheist. Yeah, it's not atheist. I believe in a creator. Atheists believe, yeah, being agnostic and being atheists are completely different. What they should have done, yeah, is they should have made the term agnostic way more. They should have made it a different word because it sounds too similar and it does confuse some people. Let's pitch in to get yourself a DMT cart. DMT's on the cards. The only reason why I won't do it now is because I've heard some people can go on a trip that they never come back from. And frankly, I've got more than just my own life to look after. I've got kids and shit. So it'd be very irresponsible to melt my brain on something that I might not recover from. So when I'm on my way out of this world, maybe not on my way out, but maybe when I'm in my 60s or some shit, I will go bam. What do you mean by you are daced? What do you mean by that? Is there a difference between that and being agnostic? That's partly why I went back to school for psychology. It really does help to have as much of a fundamental understanding as you can. Okay, so explain to me what agnostic means then. Do you believe in evolution? I'm not educated enough to know for sure. I haven't studied it enough. Like I haven't seen the fossils or seen the I haven't had the science correctly explained to me. Like I only have like a rudimentary understanding of what like evolution is. So I can't comment one way or another. Nah, if you melt your brain, it will be fine. It will help you build character in your children by not having a stable dad. I do think psychology is interesting. The one thing I read up on quite a lot was I read Sigmund Freud's dream psychology because I was having like a lot of repetitive dreams and I wanted to understand what the meaning was behind them. And listening and reading Freud's book really helped me to come to terms with why my dreams were so consistent and what was going on in my life. Apparently, so for example, if you have a dream where you're taking exams, then you have a lot of anxiety in your life that you're not dealing with. And if you dream that you can fly, it means that you're very sexually confident. It means that you have dick hubris, which is, and I haven't had that many flying dreams recently, so I need to get my dick game back going. Dana White being questioned on fake fights and bribes. I don't know, who gives a shit. That's 100% how he would respond. He's such a melt. Look at Johnny Walker and try to tell me evolution is real. Jock, you ledge. Yeah, Bayern are winning 1-0. Doesn't really surprise me. There's going to be goals in that game. Because PSG are bloody good as well. But I don't think it's an indication of which team is better. Japan birth rate is not that low. 120 million for a small island is enough. I think it's the biggest problem with Japanese birth rates is they've got a very large population of aging people who are nearer to the end of the life than nearer to the beginning. And that's going to be a problem for them down the line because they're going to have a very large dependent population, which is where the issue with birth rates is coming from. Because people just think of it in the numbers as, oh, there's 8 billion people, but what percentage of those 8 billion are of a certain age or not? And it's more thinking about bringing the next generation in. Because there's generational impacts for how many children we have in every generation. Have you ever heard Arturo MMA event in India? I have not. What's that about? Agnostic means you don't know whether a creator exists or not. A deist, on the other hand, believes there. So I guess I'm a deist then. My view of agnostic was always that they are kind of open-minded to religious beliefs, and I'm not certain what the creator is like, but I know that a creator must have been involved in everything that we have around us because there's too many coincidences for it to not be the case, if that makes sense. But I can understand if that's your interpretation of it because I've always looked at the other side of it. I think you can. Do you think Gilly has an Oedipus complex? I think he's got a lot of complexes. Gilly, I would love to see Gilly's psychological report. It would be very interesting. I think. Thoughts on Scientology? I mean, it's fucking ridiculous, isn't it? It's fucking ridiculous. But again, I've only read very little about it. And obviously seeing South Park take the piss out of it as rigorously as they did, you can't help but not take them seriously. And of course, Book of Mormon was fucking hilarious as well. But that's obviously, yeah. I didn't give him a definition. No, fair enough. I completely understand your. I mean, you have simplified it in a way. I never realized that side of it. My view of agnostic was always, like I said, an open-mindedness to the different concepts within religions. And but my entire point is whether I've never really put a label on myself until somebody asked me, because I never want to come across as saying I'm an atheist, because I don't believe that there's no God. Hi Euro, what's going on, bro? Fire and lighter fluid are the true God. Oh, fair enough. Japanese population will be down to 60 million and then recover, so chill. I can understand why there's nerves about it. Say, I bought a bottle of water for my daughter. Do you think Scientology is just as valid as other religions? Do you think they take advantage of people? No, Scientology is just straight bullshit. I mean, the thing is, yeah, most of the religions are bullshit. Let's keep it real. They're all like amalgamations of different religions throughout history, and all of it is about population control. But also, I don't think religion should be entirely just disregarded as well, because as many wars and as many bad things have come from religion, and as many lies have come from religion, just as many good things have come from it as well. You know, you get unity, you get people trying to live their lives in the right way. And I think some people are so cunty, they need to be afraid. They need to believe in consequences. And if religion is the only way to do that, then so be it. Marduk versus Shiva, boxing rules. I'm unfamiliar with those two. To each their own. I try not to make judgments on people for what they believe in. As long as you're not hurting anyone, it isn't any of my business. But I will say Scientology is out there. I couldn't have summed it up better myself. With Scientology, it's kind of like, come on, bro. I mean, with Christianity and Islam and Judaism and Hinduism, you know, Taoism, Buddhism, there's certain things you can look at and go, all right, like I see your point of view. I don't agree with it. But with Scientology, you're like, bro, come on. I think religion will outweigh politics. I think Christianity is cooked. I'll tell you that now. Christianity is fucked. Certainly in the Western world, the numbers are down. Popularity is declining. The next generation of Christians is in big trouble. Maverick, I think it's because Japanese girls' pussies are censored. I can't believe I read that out loud without reading it in my head. By the way, guys, we do have 45 people in here. If we could get as many likes as that, that would be phenomenal. I really appreciate it. Or dislikes. I've heard they achieve the same thing. Yeah, Takeshi spawns like an absolute badass. That goes to show how out there your human mind can be. Scientology is based on Crowley Thelema. Again, I'm not really familiar. I mean, Hubbard was an insane son of a bitch. And I think the problem with the entire base of the religion is, from what I understand of it, he wrote the basis for the religion on like these plates, right? And then the plates got stolen, and then he rewrote them, and they were very, very different. I mean, the fact that anyone follows them after that is mad. But at the end of the day, it's like what Tiff said. It's like, if you hear about something or you get invested in something and it changes your life for the better, then I'm all for it. I have no right to really say that shit is bogus, because it's your belief system, you know? When did you say water and daughter? It made me smile, but thank you for comforting me. Do you know how when has there not been a stream where someone's come in and asked me to say, bottle of water? Bottle of water, sir. Now it's kind of a pro event. No, last year, Africa guy and Mongolia guy came here for the event weighing 100 plus kg plus. Fat cunt. You were raised in Scientology, but I was born into it. People that born into it and have broken away from it are genuinely... Why didn't you try MMA when you were young? Bro, when I was young, MMA didn't exist. It was boxing only. Hubbard versus Joseph Smith. Yeah, that would be interesting. People are starting to have stronger beliefs in religion rather than politics. You can't trust the government. They close the doors anytime they want. I mean, politicians have been running the whole scam for years, man. I'm surprised anyone even fucks with them anymore, or anyone even votes. And the fact that voting numbers are going up every time just shows how fucked we are. How you doing, Swervo? What's good, my man? Welcome back to the channel. Good to have you here as always. Much appreciated. How's our poll? We've got 81 votes on our poll, which is very decent. And so far, the winner is something else, which is kind of predictable, I guess. The bulk of human religious experience predates recorded history, which is roughly 7,000 years old. But modern humans are more than 300K. I mean, there has been a form in religion going thousands and thousands of years back. It's crazy. Semantic arguments. A word means what it means, not what you would like it to. Are you talking to me? Because I think I've justified what I was thinking already. Like I said, I more labeled myself as an agnostic because it's the easiest label I can put on that describes what I am. But to clarify, I do believe in a creator. I'm sure there are things I believe in that someone else thinks is extremely stupid. I'd like it if they kept that to themselves, of course. I intend on being the same way I expect others to be. I don't mind people disagreeing with my opinions as long as they're somewhat respectful about it. JDM versus Islam, who you've got? I've been saying JDM this whole time, but now that Islam's admitted that he's on creatine and he's looking really swollen, I'm not sure. I'm still going to go with JDM. I think his takedown defense is going to hold up. And I think on the feet, he's going to be the much better with his hands. And also, Makachev might get a nasty surprise when he has all that extra weight and his cardio goes down. Because his cardio isn't amazing at 155, but we could see. We'll see. And it is the fight of the year. I love Lau. Good. Trump was under investigation for rigging with votes. I mean, on which election? The first one or the second one? I think Antec has hit the nail on the head here. I don't mind anyone being religious. I don't like people trying to fucking convert me all the time. Every weekend I have some cunt from the local church turning up at my door, trying to convince me to join their church. And it pisses me off. Fuck off. I'm not interested. What do you think will happen in the year 2525? We ain't going to be around that long. There's no way. I think there'll be some super cockroaches controlling the planet at this point. Have you been to Laos, Big Frank? I've passed through a couple of times. I've never stayed there. First election. I mean, we would have got Hillary if he'd won. I mean, did he really need to cheat against Hillary? I'm not sure. She was never going to win. Ank, thank you so much for turning up, man. You are a G. Oh, he's talking to me. He's being pedantic. I mean, it's fair enough. Like, I mean, it is a complicated thing. And I suppose I should probably be more careful in how I label myself without having a full understanding of it. What's your thoughts on Tommy versus Garn fight? Unfortunate. I think Garn made a mistake. And I think Tom Aspinall was genuinely injured. So, yeah. Just unfortunate that it ended that way. And I hope we get to see it again. Yeah, mega cockroaches. That's what I'm going with. It's going to be Cockroach Earth. Prates versus Edwards. Who you've got? I've got Prates. And I think Leon Edwards is actually really good. But I think his confidence is at an all-time low. And I think that's going to make him more nervous than he's ever been. And I think he's going to get fucking decked. He's going to get ironed out. What are you drinking? Water. It's a Tuesday. I don't really drink any water. The only thing I drink really is water and forms of coffee, which I probably shouldn't drink as much as I do, but I'm cutting down. Well, I'm glad I missed a religion talk. I'm at work, so I'm here and there. Yeah, it's nice to talk about different things from time to time. I enjoy the diversity of this channel as much as anyone. What was the question, Kara? Kara, that's a great question. I think something that really stuck out to me was learning how the human mind is so powerful. The reality you perceive can actually be formed into reality. Hello, everyone. How you doing, Vi? Fire is not BS, it's real. I love how 10,000 Bees is just sticking to that narrative. You are based. The reptilians already run the show. You're one of those guys. I haven't really looked into that either. But I do believe in the reptilian brain. Jesus loves you. He died on the cross for our sins. Thanks, Brandon. Have a wonderful day. Coffee, water, and whiskey is all a man needs. James gets it. I had to cut down on the whiskey, mate, because I honestly think my liver was about to literally explode. Hot take. 322 is better than this card on Saturday. That's a really hot take, mate. That's the hottest of hot takes. I don't hate anything more than a cockroach. I am genuinely disgusted by them. Genuinely. Look up pantheism. You might find it interesting. Let's do it. No, Frank, calling yourself agnostic in a general sense is perfectly acceptable and understandable to anybody with an ounce of sense. I mean, do you know the Nelk Boys? Yeah, I've heard of them. I haven't really seen anything they've done, though. Please do subscribe and hit the like button. That would be fucking excellent. I eat cockroaches in Lao. Jesus, Yoda. Cockroaches are, honestly, I feel creeped out when I see them. But I guess it's it's a question of exposure, because I used to be really like viscerally afraid of rats. Like when I was in Bangkok, you see them, especially at night, they come out in their droves. They're all over the place and they're fucking huge. But after a while of hanging out there, they stopped bothering me. And it got to the point where I could eat outside and that one would scamper over my foot and I'd just be like, all right. Drinking was never my thing. I was the friend who came to the party to help all my. Appreciate your service to humanity. The designated driver is the most underrated goat in all of humanity. Still waiting for proof God exists. Everyone keeps dieting to man made the book though. I think rather than looking for evidence of like things that can't be ratified, I think the best thing to do is just look around you, look at the world around you, and try to think of God as more of not like this being that's hovering above the clouds, like fucking watching us and, you know, think of it as a creationalist, that we all came and were created from something. Because I think the mistake we all make is trying to rationalize, is we try to put God into some kind of form. Have you ever eaten snails? I have. And they're actually very decent. Do you know what's really good as well? Frog, especially Chinese frogs. They are amazing. I eat mouse in Arunachal Pradesh, India. Yeah, I will not be doing that. Thank you, Ogo Grown. Nice to meet you. Where are you from, by the way, bro? Nice to meet you. Do you know there are different denominations of Islam? Of course they are. There's Sunni and Sikh and others. Of course I know. I'm not completely stupid. Just like calling yourself Asian is perfectly acceptable and understandable if you are Asian. I always considered Indians Asians, and apparently I'm wrong about that. The reptilians want humans to stop eating meat and eat roaches and bugs like the lizards they are. Taking a shit again, but I'm right here. Jack Beats, do you wait to take a shit before you open my channel? Fire can keep you alive and destroy you. It can guide you and can ignore you. That is very, very beautiful. Snails are good. I'm eating a whole tub of frosting right now. Shout out to you, LP Indie. Maximum respect for your honesty. Frog is extremely good. I haven't ever had alligator. I've heard it's quite gamey, like it's very tough. Sikh is a separate religion. Sunni and what's the other one? Not Sikh. Sunni and something else. How you doing, BYN? Gator is Delia. But if there would be a creator, then who created that creator? That's the problem. That's the very problem with thinking about it as like a what do you call it? Like a physical thing, or not even a physical thing, but it's more of the concept for me. It's like when you think about time. How did we come from nothingness to something? The fact that we're here in its very nature is fucking profound. When you get back to like that at the very beginning, it's like, it's crazy, man. Why do you need a sky daddy as an excuse to be a good person? 100% Espar, I agree with that. But some people are like that. MMA is gay. It can be gay. And all of my friends absolutely think MMA is for fags, which is why I started a channel in the first place, because they all laughed at me, called me a fag, and told me to fuck off whenever I tried to bring it up. So that's why I made this channel in the first place, to find other fags. No, I'm not gay. I should have put the I'm not gay thing first. Sorry, Frankie. I think you're most put your channel. Yeah, they do. And you know what? Yeah, fuck it. I'll take it. Frogs are delicious. Nah, man, I just go on YouTube while I'm shitting. Respect. Never tried alligator. I've heard it's very gamey. I swear, Tiff, that's exactly what I thought. Fried frog's legs are actually amazing. Try Chinese frog. It's unbelievable. Sunni and Shia, that's what I meant. Sunni and Shia. I pronounced that so incorrectly. Universe is expanding and therefore the galaxy stretch, making future space travel almost impossible. Well, apparently, and I read a scientific study about this before. Apparently, the universe is expanding faster than the speed of light. So the fact that we will never be able to travel at the speed of light means that we will never be able to explore its reaches, ever. Frankie, is it weird that I'm friends with two autistic Japanese men that think they're normal? No, Batman. I imagine it might be quite amusing to do that, and it's not the first time you've brought that up. But what is the universe expanding into exactly? And again, we're all fucking up the relativity of our size as well. We see ourselves as big when really, in the context of the entire universe, we're barely a grain of anything. We're nothing. There could be humanoid-sized things that have our galaxies in their pocket. If you think of time as a concept in its very self, it's crazy. Oh, Caravaggio. I wonder where I could get Chinese frog. It's not Chinese frog legs, Tiff. It's Chinese frogs. I'm talking about the entire frog, and they're quite small. So I used to get like a big thing of there's a Chinese frog place. I can't remember the name of it. Wali Dao or something like that. And they literally give you a big metal container that they bring out that's boiling, and it has like loads of these frogs in it. And it's really it's unbelievably delicious. But you look at it and you think, hundreds of you fuckers just got murked. And then you're looking around and everyone's got these things and the whole place is full up. And you're like, shit, thousands and thousands of these fuckers got murked right now. It's the same as like when I go to a restaurant and I see a lobster alive, I don't order lobster because I've seen it alive. I'm that much of a pussy. I don't mind killing something that I've never seen alive, or eating something that I've never seen alive, because I'm a hypocrite. But if I've seen that thing alive, I don't fuck with it. And I've heard eating things fresh is the best way to do it. If you don't know religion, then you shouldn't knife at melting cheese. Well, I don't know everything about religion, but I'm just answering questions honestly. That's all I can. I'm very, very honest about my ignorance about certain topics. I am not all knowledgeable about all things. It's not a pot. It's more like a tray. And they're not boiled. It's not boiled frog. It's hard to explain. I'll try and find a picture of it at some point. But I'm telling you now, it's up there. Top 3 things to eat. Not even playing. The India hate is strong in the chat. You should have seen what I said, what AI, you know this question that I've got up here, which says, what's the first word you think when you hear America? Words like patriotic, opportunistic, diversity, greed came up as well. So there were a few negative ones. But I decided, when I typed in India, I'm not capping, the words that came up were, in no particular order, poor, backwards, superstitious, unhygienic, corrupt, overpopulated, traditional, dangerous, caste-based, and unstable. Those were the 10 words that AI came up with that are the first people think of when they think of India. How fucked up is that? I'm telling you, Tiff, it's unbelievable. But you'll only be able to get it in China, though. That's the only problem. I think there are some. I think apparently there's a place in England that does it, in Birmingham. They have a Chinatown there. I'll report back to you. And if there is one there, I'll head down there and take a video. Chesley Dennis, how you doing? Mavs, do you understand what nobody really understands the full concept of time? I can't worship a false god. Fire is real and pure. Jesus turns water into fish or some shit. I can't believe in fairy tales. I mean, that did sound ludicrous. The issue that I had with the biggest issue I had with Catholicism or Christianity growing up, and the one thing that always bugged me, there are numerous things about it that, let's face it, are a bit, but it's the concept of a god taking human form. I can't fucking. It's so arrogant to me that I can't fuck with that. Frankie, why are so mixed people so good looking compared to full bloods? It's you get the best of both worlds, I guess, mate. I mean, it is true though. I saw somebody get her spot blown up on here yesterday. Someone put her Pornhub link in the chat. I felt so bad for her. She probably, I mean, if she's on Pornhub, then she probably got what she wanted, right? Fug Life, I appreciate you, man. I'm a bit of a waffler from time to time, but Frankie, are there any updates on the UFC scandal? As of now, yeah, apparently they are investigating over 100 fights. 100, which means many of us have been fucked over if we've been gambling every week this year, like I have. And probably for the entire time we've been betting on MMA. There's going to be investigations. There's going to be fighters released. Apparently, Isak Dolgarian got released, but it might just do with the fact that he's shit and has lost 2 fights in a row or whatever. Bayern 2-0. Harry Kane is the best motherfucker in the... This game, though, is kind of inconsequential. It's a group game. How are Spurs doing? Let's have a look. So Bayern are 2-0 up as Harry Kane scored. Luis Diaz, monster. Monster of a cunt. Hotspur are beating Copenhagen, but let's be honest, they fucking should be. Copenhagen are pretty wank. And Liverpool are drawing with Real Madrid. I wouldn't be surprised if that went to a draw. God is not someone you can find, see. God is something you experience. I quite like that take. I like to think of God as more of a conceptual thing, as like a creationist, as opposed to like I said, some fucking wham dude in the clouds fucking pointing his finger. I recommend you all see the video by the title God Meets a Muslim, Christian, and an Atheist. And no, it's not about discrimination. It's a nice message. That sounds fantastic. Are you married? Yep. Yep. But it's very complicated. I don't really, it's not that, here's the thing, yeah, I'm not, what's the word? I'm not shy about talking about my personal life. I talk about everything good and everything bad. But when it comes to the mother of my kids, I don't really give too many details, just out of respect for her as a person, because she has no right to have herself spoken about on a platform full of what to her would be strangers. Well, I'm gonna have to get out of here in a few minutes. Today is my daughter's first ever parent-teacher conference at 4:45. I said if her teacher said good things, we'd get Dairy Queen. That is awesome. I'm sure she'll get glowing reviews. I'm sure she will. If you know the word, then animalize is open your nostrils, boy. No, I fucking won't. I couldn't if I wanted to. A solid feeling she would be telling me the things I wasn't aware of, because Miss Cleopatra did not respond well to my offer. It's like with me, man. My kid is a psychopath at home. So when when I find out that he gets involved in fights and stuff at school, I don't immediately jump to conclusions that he is the victim, because he's not. But when I go to school, I defend him as best as I can. But yeah, Tiff, hope it goes well, and I hope you're enjoying Dairy Queen in about an hour and a half from now, and that she's happy. It's one of the big landmarks you have. There's certain things you have as a parent that are just awesome, like first day at school, first time they ride a bicycle, first time you catch them jerking off. There's just certain things that are just landmark moments as a parent. Be prepared. Don't party your scholarship away. Definitely. If you're in a UK university, and I think it's the same as in an American university as well, do all your partying in the first year, get it out of your system, and then buckle the fuck down. No worries, lad. I will put it to good use. Can we talk about how majestic I am? We can. First day at school, I was so pathetic. I was terrible, especially with my son. I was like a weepy little bitch. He looked so cute in his little uniform, and then he goes running into school, and I was like fighting back the tears, and everyone was looking at me like I was a total pussy. What do you think when Tom versus Garn rematch will happen? I think it will go 5 rounds. I think it'll be close. I do think Tom wins, though. Sorry, Frankie. Thought I'd pop into the stream before I head to my city. I've got to go, gang. We'll see you all next live stream. Euro, thank you so much for your support as always. You're a great mod, and I'm always happy to have you here, man. I'm looking forward to seeing you on the next one. And best of luck to you, Tiff. Can we talk about human genetics? I've got some interesting shit. Fire away, sir. Fuck the rematch. Give Waldo the shot at Tom. I mean, he has carved an opportunity for himself. I don't think Garn should necessarily get an immediate rematch because he did dig the fucker's eyes out. But we might end up with a situation where Tom ends up giving the belt up. It could happen because the fucker still can't see, and that's a big problem. What do you think Jones versus Tom will happen? Nah, Jones ain't fighting Tom. There's no way. I think we get Jones and Alex Pereira. That's what I think, and I've been saying that for about a year, so I'm going to be right. Did you see the new episodes of Dispatch? I haven't yet. I've only seen the first one. I've been so busy, man. But shout out to you for recommending that game to me, though, because it is interesting. I'm not sure if I'll manage to see it through to the end because it's like I said, you feel a little bit like a passenger in the game, but it's really well done. And now Ukrainian men and Russian men are being taken from their homes by force to fight the war NATO started. It shows you have emotions, Frankie, like a true Chad. Man, I love my kids, man. I do. They're my only weakness. I like that Caravaggio and Reyes are having a good discussion about this, though. Tom got fingered by an MMA fighter. This is what I'm saying. MMA has a way of just having beautiful storylines. And then his dumpy, stupid teammate eye poking somebody in the next fight. I mean, it's crazy. It's crazy how MMA narratives play themselves out. Crazy. Mavs, remember the Cuban Missile Crisis? I do. Very similar to what's happening now. Again, with human history, it's so... Frankie, do you certainly believe there is a creator God? Again, you're kind of I don't know, you're kind of misleading what I'm saying, mostly because like the word God is so... It brings up a lot of imagery in people's minds, just the very word itself. And I just prefer to kind of think of things as I try not to rationalize how God might look or God might behave, because what we're making a mistake of is we're doing personification with a being that we can't maybe not even a being. It could just be a force or something. Do you know what I mean? We're talking about something and trying to personify something that is way beyond our comprehension, because anything that could create like the universe or whatever goes on beyond that is way beyond anything that we can understand and probably ever will understand, because we'll be way wiped out before that ever happens. Hopefully that answers your question. What made you get a wife considering the money they cost? JFE, here's my advice. I've always given this advice. And this is the number one Frankie rule for all men out there. Don't marry a broke bitch. End. Do you know an ancient fossil of a man that died 9,000 years ago? His descendants were found only 10 kilometers away from where his skeleton's name was Cheddar Man. What's the arc to that? What do you think? Before Big Bang was around the universe, only after... You mean the Big Bang? I've no fucking idea, mate. He was named after the first Brit. Net fish and chill. I've studied religions and every single one said Jesus was the way. He was the only same name in all of them. But the descriptions and perceptions of what Jesus are very different from religion to religion. My issue with Christianity is he's seen as the embodiment of a god and a person, which to me is fucking ludicrous. In other major religions, he's seen as a prophet, but none of the major religions dispute the fact that he was there. But that doesn't prove anything either. A lot of religious people justify that as, oh, there's so many similarities, but the religions were all intertwined. They're all very similar. Aspinall asking that question to Nina, then fast forwarding the Gaunt fight should be on the trailer for the Aspinall. It should have been on the trailer for the first fucking... Well, definitely for the second fight. Have you ever thought of climbing Mount Everest? No. I've got no interest in that. Climbing Mount Everest, I mean, a lot of people fucking die doing that. I'm not that into climbing. I've got a lot of family members that are. When I die, I want to do it the I want to do it the what do you call it? What's that midget from Lord of Game of Thrones called? Tyrion. I want to do it the Tyrion way. I want to go down. I want to go down Tyrion style. You're right. Our minds can only attempt to understand so much. We can only comprehend to a certain degree, and this is why I can't really. I'm not. None of us are profound or intelligent enough to even begin answering that question. Literally wrote Bing Bang. It made it more. I enjoyed reading it more that way. Even the Old Testament says that God is the God of Israel. All the alien gods had their own regions. Very agnostic answer, Frank. I don't really fully like I said with the agnostic thing. I'm willing to hold my hands up and say that I potentially made a mistake because I don't fully. I've never felt the need to fully look into what it means. Do you know what I mean? Would you ever cave dive? Potentially. I mean, I'm not a major fan of the dark, but like, who is? Frankie, do you certainly believe in a creator of some sort? Yeah, I believe that some. I mean, but again, it's more. What do I believe? What do I believe created us? That's far more complicated. I noticed the big. I couldn't help but smile when I saw that. So thank you for doing that. We are one vote away from 100 votes. The most votes I've ever had on this channel was about 200, but this might be getting closer to being the second most. This is how I knew the American ego would lead to a lot of votes on this channel. So shout out to you, you egotistical bastards. I love Switzerland. Switzerland is amazing. Viking funeral. Send me down the river on a raft after lighting it on fire. Well, that's a good way of having a funeral, but how do you want to die, James Dillon? That's the question. It was wonderful to see you, Frankie, as usual. Tiff, it was an absolute pleasure. I hope you have a wonderful parents' meeting. I'm sure it's going to be amazing. And I am going to remember to ask you about it the next time you come on here. Hopefully you're in a calm, happy mood so I can ascertain what's going on. But my argument is that where did God go when small kids die from starvation? Thousands of wars took place, killing millions of people, and everyone thinks God is on their side. Again, I think that's because of the view that people have of God as being this physical being that's watching us all. I don't believe that's what God is. I don't know what God is, but then I also believe in like simulation theory and that like. So I don't know. This is why I'm saying I've got very like open-minded views about things because I don't know. I genuinely don't know. It's always obese people that go cave diving. I go muff diving. Is that the same? Also, you don't need a church to find God. Don't let the church pimps get you. Yeah, I don't go anywhere near churches now. I'd probably burst into flames at this point after some of the shit I've come out with. What are you, bro? Atheist or religious, and why? Can you choose to explain? I believe I'm not part of any religion, or I'm not assigned to any religion because I believe that when someone claims that they are religious, they fall into the trap of believing that they have to subscribe to everything that religion is saying. They feel like they can't disagree with aspects of that religion because then they feel like they're being betrayed by it. When life in its very nature and existing in its very nature should be about questioning things. And that's how I feel about our existence here. So I don't think you should subscribe to anything that basically says these are the things you should believe in, absolutely, and then you should oppose whatever. I think you should just look at every individual thing and choose what makes sense to you and what doesn't, and search for greater truth. And I don't think religion brings us entirely to truth, but it is good for helping people to lead better lives and so on. America invented everything. Cheddar, you fat son of a bitch. How you doing? My favorite fat cunt. How you doing? I hope you all have a great rest of your day, Frankie. I hope you're able to get some rest tonight. I hope so too. I'm going to try not to stay on here too long because Frankie, have you ever fucked a gypsy? What kind of gypsy? There are more than one kind. Go out on my shield. So you imagine yourself in some kind of like, it has to be somebody's trying to kill you. Well, from what I've known of you, James Dillon, that might be likely because you are a very adversarial person. The thing about your poll, I want to know where people are from. I doubt anyone in America is voting that it's the land of opportunities. I mean, 7, I was expecting that to be on the lower side, but I was expecting diversity to get fucking slumped, and it has. When I made this poll, I was thinking something else was going to be high. And patriotism being second It's kind of panning out how I expected it to. That would actually be a very pleasant surprise. I will, Tiff. You're one of the gang now. Pictures of Hindu gods with 6 arms means they were able to do several things at once. They didn't. Yeah, it's more of like representative, right? Because nobody's seen. And I think people misinterpret things that way. And it's like how the one thing I do like about the Hindu religion is they believe in things that we have on earth that we should be appreciative for, if that makes sense. And they represent things. I just get a bald eagle. I've seen a bald eagle in person when I was training earlier on in my career in a school. I don't know if it was a bald eagle or an American eagle or whatever, but it was fucking massive. It was literally the size of a human. And it flew like it. She was sending it from one side of the room to get to the other, and it flew over my head, and I was genuinely scared. Favorite Manson family member? I don't know any of them. What's your thoughts about FIFA, football, soccer? What? Couldn't give less of a shit, mate. I'm a football fan, but I don't really like international football. I don't care, especially as Ireland don't make it anymore. Skinny diving is based. You mean like diving naked? I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of it. Mostly because like it puts your massive balls at great risk. And I'm telling you this from experience. I don't like my nuts and I don't like my dick and nuts feeling that vulnerable. Fair enough, Race. Do you know what? Yeah, I'll look into it. I'm very accepting if I not misunderstand something, but if I'm slightly ignorant about something. That is flat Earth you were describing, mate. Simulation theory is a viable thing, and if simulation theory exists, then flat or spherical is unimportant. All that matters is how many fucking pixels we are. Americans will always stand with the English. I don't give a fuck about the government. US sit and support the English. It's because we're one and the same, mate. And I still put that down to being an early stoppage. How you doing, Paradox, man? What's good, brother? Subscribe to Paradox to Chad, amazing MMA YouTuber, one of the boys. Subscribe to the man's channel. He's an absolute G. I appreciate you for always being kind and respectful to me. And you have Tone and Weston here, which are my favorite people from Geo Streams. They're probably the only. I haven't been in Geo Streams in a while. So it's double awesome here because of that. I appreciate that, Tiff. Geo does have a fairly interesting community as well. What's up, Frankie? How you doing, Ricky? Sorry, I'm way behind in the chat. Fuck me. Tea or coffee? I'd go with tea, but it's close. I'm going to try and race through these as quick as I can. We are the land of opportunity. Don't let welfare bums tell you otherwise. He is agnostic about the definition of God, not the existence of a creator. He said yes to being certain about a creator. A deist doesn't have to believe in God, let alone be. Fair enough. So we're getting closer to the answer. I think I need to be less confident in like claiming what I am without having a fully understanding of it. And that's something I've learned today. How you doing, Leanne? Maybe vultures. Nah, mate. It's a fucking eagle, mate. It was massive. I'm going to go prison and join the AB. What are you going to go to prison for? Take it easy, Tiff. I mean, people will come to America. So fucking hell, how far behind I am. Whiplash on balls. That's exactly what I said. I don't even sleep naked. Sleeping naked is fucking disgusting. Musical reiterated that to me, and he's exactly right. Arse particles. Shit particles will be there. Don't sleep naked. It's fucking filthy. Hello, yeah. Got a skinny dive at least what? Nah, mate. I'm not skinny diving. Fuck that. If you land in the wrong way, balls are done. You are fine. Your mod just doesn't want to accept you being certain about some sort of creator for some reason. Fair enough, Race. How you doing, Borish? I would have voted corrupt when I think of America. So you can throw the word in there. That's what I wanted people to do. Just throw the word that they're thinking of in there. Americans are just obese Brits. Wow. How to deal with people who bite in grappling and training. Execution. And are we caught up? Fucking hell, brilliant. Sorry, guys. I didn't realize how far behind in the chat I am. Fuck me. Sorry. My reading level, I really need to work on it. Mate, I'm asking something a bit personal, but it's up to you. If your wife cheat, like how are you gonna handle it? What are you gonna do? Well, Poco, I'm not a simp, to be perfectly honest. If that ever happened to me, I'd just be like, bye. See you later. That'd be it. I wouldn't piss and moan and cry about it. At the end of the day, we have children together. No, I wouldn't like have a meltdown. I think people take all that shit too seriously. Anyone who gets cheated on and then has a total meltdown, I can understand it happening once, but that should make you based after that happens. This is not an MMA chat. My Frankster, how you doing, Kloss? Have you recovered from having that very long nap? In case you don't know what I'm talking about, Kloss looks exactly like Dominic Reyes. Minorities like Muslims and Christians are oppressed in India, yet to have the audacity to come to Christian nations and Muslim nations and complain about racism. I'm going to do this the next time we come on here. I'm going to do the same poll about India and see how fucking bad it gets. Think of a number from 1 to 10. The number you guys are +3. Take away, that's the number you guessed. It's a shame that most Americans aren't that patriotic anymore. It makes sense considering how much our government has screwed us over and sent all our money to Israel. Red or blue, Frank? Do you mean am I a red pill guy or a blue pill guy? It's a hard question to answer. I'm probably a truth pursuer. So that means I'm a red pill guy, right? If Islam wins, I'm going to put him in my Mount Rushmore. Fair enough. And I'm not going to argue with you. How you doing, Mike? What's good, man? Are you gay toy? It's just not even necessary, man. We're having a good chat here. Take your finger out of your bum, man, and go somewhere else. Simon versus Barcelos. I think the spears will clash. Whoever nails this fight perfectly. Bro, this card is slyly very decent. Rick's Mace, how you doing, bro? Do all bad options about India. The reaction will be crazy. No. What I should do is I should do all good ones and then watch the fucking chat go ballistic and just throw all racist shit in there. Because then I can let the racism happen without being fully part in it. And now that I've said it out loud, I've revealed what a manipulative little cunt I am. Damn, you are married. How long are you? I thought you were 20. I'm 41 years old, Poco. I turned 41 like last week. I've got a 21-year-old daughter. But I appreciate the fact that you look so... That never gets old to me. I got manipulated into being Muslim in HMP. Rick's Mace, I've heard that happens a lot. Like my brother and sister are both converted Muslims as well. Or as they call it, reverted. And I'm perfectly happy for them. They lead much better lives now. They're very happy people. You know. But there was a lot of pressure on people to do that. In the UK, there was a crazy amount of people that suddenly like just became Muslim like overnight. Are those N64 games on your shelf? There are N64 games on my shelf. They're over. The N64 games are. You can see the N64 controller there. They're right there. I've got all the fucking classics, mate. Told you I'm an old bastard, mate. But shout out to you, Rick's Mace. So you're 38. Where are you from, mate? I'm assuming you're British because you. Bro, what the fuck? You lying? 41. I swear to God, I was born in 1984. Elon Musk paid for Tommy's legal fees. What are your thoughts? You mean Tommy Robinson? I don't really know enough about the cunt. This is going to sound fucked up, yeah, and I'm going to keep it real. I don't give a fuck about anything. I really don't. My family, my friends, the people that I interact with. You're in Wales, fucking base son of a gun. Wales are the most underappreciated country in the United Kingdom. The Welsh are fucking amazing people. And I had the best fucking breakfast of my life in Wales. So shout out to you boys. It's a good thing atheism is that... Sorry, I got a sneeze. Hang on a sec. God, I need to knock myself out. Are you back to bad MMA math? No, it's still Fight Night Frankie. But I think you're... So my tag says at bad MMA math, my original name. Global geopolitics is way dirtier than Indian people think they knew about. Jesus Christ, Blink. That's a cold no, Ireland Northern because it's Northern Ireland though, isn't it? And Ireland isn't overrated. In fact, if underrated. In fact, it's overrated in some ways. Because Ireland is amazing. It was like 4 sneezes in a row, and I wanted to recover. Which country is worth, whatever you're going to visit or even think about. I've been all over the world, but the ones that are higher to me at the moment, I wanna go somewhere in South America. I wanna go to Mexico, and I wanna go to Australia. I think those are in my and South Africa. Those are, like, in my top 4. But I've been everywhere. I'm atheist too, well, agnostic really, as no one has proved there isn't or is an afterlife. So the afterlife thing is the sticking point for you. That's interesting. So yeah, Poco, I hope that answers your question. Those are my top 5. I'm not Welsh, but I had my finger in it. Tasted good. You dirty, disgusting son of a bitch. How you doing, Leandro? The Indian Poop Festival video is wild. They're trying to defame the guy who recorded it. What's this Indian? I don't want to know. I'll sub, man. You seem okay. Thanks, man. I'm all right. I'm a solid 5. Say Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. Light work, sir. Light fucking work. Oh, I'm already subscribed. Even more beautiful. Welcome back. China should colonize India. We had a massive argument in here the day before yesterday. Some Indian guy was like, "Oh, India's going to be number 1 in the world. They're taking over," and I couldn't help but laugh at that. And I didn't mean to be disrespectful, but China is way ahead. Which country is it that you're never going to visit? Oh, I don't want to get racist now, but it would be somewhere where I'm likely to get blown up as soon as I go in there, and that has no value to me. So you can pick from a list that you deem worthy. How are you doing, Cordelia Barker? We've got some intelligent people in here, Rays. Somewhat. We've got some Tone K is really good. And Antec has some really good opinions. And is smart. India like Darlism. I would say I even want to go. I mean, because I want to go everywhere. I want to go to Cuba. And at some point in my life, I have to go to North Korea and see what's up. I really do. How you doing, Cordelia Barker? Nice to see you. Welcome to the channel. Never, ever, ever visit Guam. It's such a waste of travel. Nigeria. Nigeria ain't up there, mate. I've got to keep it real. I don't want to sound like a racist cunt, but like, I tell you what, Nigeria is not on the list because you will get killed there, especially looking like me. But Ghana, I would love to go there. I've heard Afghanistan isn't that bad. Fucking hell, Maverick. I think it's spelled Diwali. It is spelled like that. Cuba or North Korea would be awesome. It would. But you said NC. NK. Maybe. I'm sure there are intelligent people, but they are diluted by others. The thing is, yeah, some people, I mean, it's hard to tell how smart somebody is. You won't be able to get out of North Korea. I don't think that's true, Chuck. I don't think that's true. Many people have gone in and out of there. What they do, though, I've heard when you go to North Korea, is what they do is they give you a guide that stays with you the entire fucking time. Like, to get into the country is difficult enough as it is. You can't do it by conventional means. But once you get there, they get some fucker to follow you around and show you all the good parts. And then you have to answer some questions and they have to make sure you're legit before they let you leave. And then or you disappear. Lord Miles is in jail for scamming. Serves the cunt right, in my opinion, whoever that is. The Solomon Islands are very slept on place to travel. Beautiful island with much history. My favorite islands I've ever been to. I went to Zanzibar, which was beautiful, and I've been to oh, I always forget the name of it. You know the islands that are off India. Oh fuck, it's not Mauritius. It's I always forget the name of it. Sensational. Well, India is growing due to higher population, but being number 1, don't think, because they don't focus on growth and they hate themselves and are racist to themselves. There's a lot of internal fighting, and literally the 2 countries next to them wanna fucking. They've got too many enemies, and where they're situated, they're gonna have problems. Yes, in North Korea, you're under surveillance all the time. Exactly, Cordelia. But I would still want to experience that because I just think it would be amusing. You know what's happening in Sudan nowadays? Like RSF taking control over Maldives. Maldives is the one. Thank you, Rays. Thank you, Leandro. Yes, Maldives was beautiful. Beautiful. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. How you doing, Angel Rivera? What's good, man? Glad to see you here. How we doing? How we doing? The 61 likes. Fucking hell, you guys are awesome. I really love this community. Will Madeline McCann ever be found? Her parents killed her. We know this. We know this. Let's keep it real, H. Yeah, her parents, they wanted a nice night out. They drugged her. They accidentally killed her, and then they threw her in the back of their boot, and then fucking threw her out into the ocean. That's what went down. So no. Will you ever go to North Korea to see it? How realistic it is? It's realistic. Because I'm gonna retire again finally in about 5 years, and then all I'll have to do left is raise my son to an age where he's based enough to handle his own business, and then I'm just gonna travel to all these fucked up places. Maldives is a different country, but yeah, but it's basically an island. Like I've been there. It's pretty much like loads and loads of islands everywhere. I didn't say it was India. I did not say that. I said it was an island off India. Yeah, I've got to give a shout out to all of you. The community here is amazing. How do you know that? How do I know what? Can you be specific? Maybe there was a earlier part you said and I've missed it, so apologies for that. By the way, guys, we are now only 20 subscribers away from 1.6k, which is crazy. I'm trying to get to 2,000 by the end of the year, which I'm going to be honest is highly fucking unlikely. But you've got to dream big. How old is your son? He's 5 years old. He's 5 years old and he's absolutely based. Indians hate Maldives to these days. Why do they hate it? Maldives is nice, man. It's legit paradise. It really is. Bro, what do you think? Oh, why? Yeah, Poco, maybe you could rephrase that. I didn't quite understand that. Why guess nowadays insecure about, or why do you think people are insecure about their height these days? It's because there's a lot of videos out there of women saying that they're only gonna bang fucking guys who are 6'2". I'm telling you from experience, mate. I'm 5'7" with heels on, and I swear to God, yeah, it's never got in my way. If you're an absolute don, you get pussy no matter how tall you are. Unfortunately, they can't cure ugly, so that's a bigger problem. Did the British press treat Meghan Markle unfairly? No, I think she was fairly represented in that one. I think there was a fair amount of glazing and hazing that went on both sides, and I think it was fairly balanced. Prince Harry fucked up though. He should have never married her. She must give insane neck. Growing up, the only conversations I had with my father were save your money and don't rent. Not much guidance elsewhere. What are some of the things you're going to teach your son about life to prepare him? That is a really, really good question. I've kind of alluded to this in different streams, but my main thing for him, what I've always wanted my children to do is to not feel like they have to put money before their passions. So that would be the first thing. I'm trying to get him to have a balance between treating people kindly, but also not being too fucking naive because people are cunty out there. I'm also trying to teach him about how to handle and deal with women because unfortunately his mother is teaching him how to be a fucking simp, and your boy ain't having that. So I've got to make sure I lock that down. 5'10" isn't the world average. It's absolutely not. In the entire world, no fucking chance, mate. No such thing as an Islamic paradise. Allah loves it so much when he's taking it that he's taking it to heaven for himself. Fucking hell. I didn't expect that coming from you. Once all of Bangladesh moves to the UK, we should all move to Bangladesh. That's a brilliant idea. That's what we're in the process of doing. We're tricking them all to come in here while it's gradually sinking. Keep that under your hat. And then we're going to just bail right at the last minute. We're going to invalidate all their passports and bail. PSG 57% of possession. So that's Bayern are not to be fucked with right now, but I still don't think it means anything. It's a group game. Do you remember me? I do. You came in here once before, I think, or maybe twice. Shout out to you. Welcome back to the channel, sir. You are very, very welcome. OkCupid did a study and learned that 93% of women on dating apps set their setting to 6 foot and above. The incels love to quote that. I don't believe that for one fucking. I don't believe that that's a real representative. To be honest, I think I think women fuck men for a variety of different reasons, and the same reason why men fuck women for a variety of different reasons. And it usually comes down to two simple factors: the sweater meat and the arse. I love how simple we are. That's why they'll never understand us. No, put money with your passions. Don't become an art historian living in the streets. Well, the thing is, the point that I'm making, Raise, is that like my kids will all be set up by the time I'm dead. They will. They'll all be good, but they won't have like generational wealth that they can waste if they're retarded. So I need to make sure that they're just not wasteful and that they pursue things that they enjoy. That's really what I'm about. I think more than height and looks, it's more your career and money matters. Again, it depends on the woman. Because let's put it this way, yeah. If you marry like a white woman, she's going to have different expectations of what money and wealth you should have. Whereas if you marry an Asian woman who's used to less, you can get away with having less, and it's still they still feeling like they're marrying you for that. So 50,000 a year to a woman from here, you're a scrub. But if you do that with an Asian woman, you're wealthy and doing well. Isn't the average world height like 5'9.5"? Is that true? Fuck, I'm a midget. Teach your son to be a playboy, not some simp-ass bitch. You know it, Batman. Chechnya is ideologically based. Got good history too. Can you tell me more? Frankie, do you love all your kids? Of course I do. My dad was in World War II. So how old does that make you? You must be part of my ever-growing demographic of 65 plus years old, which I'm very proud of, by the way, on this channel. Maldives is going to drown by 2050 under the Indian Ocean. Then we should enjoy it while we can. I'm getting way behind in the chats again. Fuck me. It's not all about height. I'm just telling you what the study showed. I agree with you. Not really. Maldives is still thriving. Stop being a delusional bitch. Please subscribe and hit the like button. Thank you very much. My short buddy Jesse has banged well over 100 women, but it's quality over quantity, my friend. I mean, they could be all banging. Bro, is there any age requirement for this watching this on YouTube? Because I just turned 18. 18's fine. Basically, if you're 18 and over, you're fine. If you're younger than if you're 18 and younger, sorry, if you're younger than 18, then I'm sorry. I don't think this is the right place for you to be, just because of the stuff I say is sometimes really fucked up. How you doing, Luke the Fox Furry? Sick name. How you doing, bro? Nah, for American, it's 5'9", and globally, it's probably 5'7". That's what I'm saying. 5'7" sounds about right to me. Your boy's 5'7", which is why I go to Asia. So I'm not just handsome, I'm a giant. Why are so many communists pedantic freaks? I mean, there aren't that many countries that are truly communist out there now. I mean, half the world still thinks China is communist. I've lived there. It ain't. It's a socialist country bordering on capitalists. Pretty much is. I've banged at least 60. I'm on my way to Genghis Khan or come trying. Batman, in case you guys don't know yet, Batman here has a lifelong ambition to basically plant his seed in every country in the world. And I don't mean planting trees. I mean busting nuts in every type of woman there is from every country. And I've got to say, I fucking respect it, sir. If you could only eat one meal for the rest of your life, what would it be? Shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie, because it's got meat, it's got potato, and it's got vegetables. Game fucking over. Steak was the first answer that jumped into my head. But would it mean that you can, because Caravaggio was saying ribeye and chips, which to be honest was the first thing that came to mind. I was thinking ribeye, Argentinian ribeye and mashed potato. But do you mean the meal or do you mean only one thing? Because if it's a one thing, it's got to be shepherd's pie. Would you say Starmer is a communist or socialist? I'd say he's a cunt. That's what I'd say. He's definitely more of a socialist, though. How could you describe him as a communist? Damn, bro, is only banging. Women are more than anything didn't have genes all around the world. Well, Poco, you've got to respect people's beliefs. Batman believes that women are cum dumpsters, and we should respect his opinion. We don't have to agree with it, but we should respect it. Shepherd's pie is the only British thing got good. Absolutely untrue. Absolutely untrue. Sunday roasts are goated, and so are English breakfast. Shut your fucking blasphemous mouth. You Swiss scumbag. By the way, yeah, bro, what would you, all jokes aside, yeah, what would you describe as like a really good Swiss dish? Are you Malcolm in the Middle? No, I'm Francis and your mum. Or Frankie and your mum. Virgin or BT? What? Oh, you mean like the phone company? I'm assuming that's what you're meaning. That's a hard choice. They're both pretty shitty. I've been all over Europe and some Middle Eastern countries. Then you're on to a good start, mate. The Middle East was all right. I enjoyed my time there. Indians need to try cottage pie once in life. I prefer the lamb version, so I think I'm a shepherd's pie guy. Cottage pie is with beef, right? Swiss cheese, get the fuck out of here with that shit. Shepherd's pie has to be the one, mate, because it's technical, isn't it? It's like you're breaking a technicality. Shepherd's pie has 3 awesome things in it. Fondue is a man's swinging for the fondue, you know. Doctor Strange is the strongest Avenger. I'm gonna have to take your word for it. What broadband are you using? I feel like I would be doxing myself if I tell you, so I'm not going to. But my broadband is very sketchy at best. Very sketchy. Dude, read my Chechia comment. I did. I read it earlier. Joining Navy and can't wait to start traveling. Congratulations. Are you male or female before I say what I think I'm going to say? Did you fuck a goat in the Middle East? No, I didn't. You are Antichrist. What makes you say that? It's a bit harsh. Is it because I'm white? I'm a cottage pie guy, but both are goated. What's your favorite books? I'm a fiction guy. My favorite book is a book named The Name of the Wind, and it's by a guy named Patrick Rothfuss. Really enjoyed it. But I'm mostly into fiction. I love fiction books. I'm really into an author called Joe Abercrombie at the moment. I'm reading a book called The Devils. It's amazing, and I've read all his works. He's fantastic. Have you tried biryani? Abso-fucking-lutely, Luke. And biryani is fantastic. Indian food is very good. People can shit on India for a lot of things. Not queuing, scamming, which not all Indians do. That's not fair. But Indian food is fucking amazing. Shout out to Indian cuisine. Shepherd's pie would be good also. A chicken broccoli pasta dish would be good if you could only eat one meal. Not a bad choice either. Because you've got your clean protein and you've got your vegetables. I could go with that as well. World War III is a real possibility, by the way. It absolutely is. We're probably in the midst of it right now and don't even realize. Are we talking about the same thing? Either you're really short or you're really big somewhere else. Interesting. Where are you from? I'm from Ireland, but I grew up in the UK. Have you heard of the band Green Day? I have. I have heard of the band Green Day. I wouldn't say I'm a fan or anything, but they are right. They are right. I'm 2'2". Indian food is great when cooked by anyone that isn't Indian. Fucking hell, cunt. That is the worst backhanded compliment I've ever heard in my life. The one thing I enjoy about America is that when I was able to serve the country I love, but now I'm embarrassed by our moron president currently. Cowboy, what did you serve as? Because you're somebody I would like to have on this channel. Because if you're somebody who's, because we've got somebody who's going to be talking about their prison experience on Thursday. I want to gather people who do things such as you do to come on and talk about their experiences. I think that would be amazing. Free Charlie Bronson. Didn't Charlie Bronson like never kill anyone? Release that cunt. Indian chicken biryani and butter masala is amazing. Butter chicken is the best. Frankfurtshire, Randy Brown W. Also Tottenham W, Juventus draw or W in the UEFA right now. And Blink 182, Third Eye, Bling. That's a lot of information. How you doing, Giuliano Argenti? By the way, if you're not subscribed to Giuliano Argenti, he is a colossally huge YouTuber. I'm just a small ant in this game here. A small, stupid ant. If you wanna subscribe to the big dog, Head over to Giuliano Argenti. He live streams every day. I don't think he ever sleeps, and he's very entertaining. Can you prove that you are not the Antichrist? I couldn't prove that I am either, though. So I can't prove that I'm not because I don't really know. I don't think I am. I'm fairly certain that I'm not. Fairly certain without being 100% definite. I agree Indian people gross me out, so I can't eat their food if they make it. That's harsh. Well, you don't have a British accent. Okay, what accent do I have then, cunt? What accent do I have? It's a shame to see the country I served being given away to Israel. Is that really what's happening, though? Liverpool 1-0. I told you Liverpool were going to win. I told you. Nobody believed me. Who scored? McAllister. Very good. I knew Liverpool would beat them at home. Is weed legal in England? No, Yoda. We're all pussies. Cobbler is a based Brit pudding. I like the way it sounds. Cobbler. People hate my attitude in India. Now, when I hear, I just fucking love the way you're witty. Thanks very much, Luke. I appreciate that. I'm not even. I'm speaking. I'm not trying to be witty, man. I'm saying exactly how I feel. What do you think of Charlie Bronson? Only held some people in prison hostage. Ended up not getting parole. Yet there are nonsense walking through under Starmer's law. Cordelia, you are 100% right. He didn't murder anyone. I think that's harsh. I wonder what the political reasoning is for not even giving the guy a chance at. Can you do a New York accent? I probably could, but I'd have to work on it a little bit. I'm not going to do it off the cuff now because it would be embarrassing. Lies, Frankie is better than me. Don't challenge him on the nature of his accent. Don't you dare do. In fact, I take it as a compliment. Being an Irishman at heart, not sounding like a British fag, really makes me feel good. Long live Kurdistan. I work with somebody who's from Kurdistan, and she is a treasure. Lovely lady. Yo, Frankie, how you doing? How you doing, Ash? What's good, man? 47 base sons of bitches in here. Please feel free to give your boy a like and a sub. Both of them make my dick wet. Have you been to Amsterdam? I've been twice, and I really enjoyed it. There were two things that stood out to me about Amsterdam, and it wasn't the red light district. It was the power of their weed, amazing, and secondly, they have double-decker tubes, which means they have a railway system that has double-decker trains on it. I mean, they fucking get it. Make the UK non-Jewish owned again. Ship us sell, bro. Do you guys think this channel will ever reach 100 likes in a stream? I'd probably have to stream all fucking day, but we might have to. Maybe I should do that one day. When I've got a day off in the middle of a holiday, I'm just like, fuck it. I'm going to stay live until I get 100 likes. Or we could do like a challenge of how long would I have to stay online before we get to 500 likes? And then I die from getting no sleep. We don't even get Veterans Day off anymore. Are you a veteran? I'm joking. That should really... Amsterdam was amazing. The weed there will blow your fucking brains out. And yeah, the people there are really... They love the UK over there as well. They're all like fans of the Premier League. So I met some really based fucking... Making the Walk. How you doing, Making the Walk? Shout out to Making the Walk MMA. Please subscribe to his channel. He is one of the most genuine, awesome people I know. Great MMA knowledge, great family, great person. If you want to see how to do things professionally on YouTube, check out the channel Making the Walk MMA. I've done loads of videos of him in the past. If you go into my library, you'll see me actually speaking like an adult, which I don't really do anymore. Great creator, great human. Give the guy a sub and check out his work. He is fantastic. Shout out to you, and I hope your family's well, sir. 100 likes you might get today. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to get there, Poco, because I'm going in about half an hour. Because unfortunately, I've got work in the morning. Yes, sir, I am a veteran. Thank you very much, Klaus. By the way, does that get you a lot of pussy, Klaus? When you drop that line, does it butter the ladies up? Rotterdam is the new Amsterdam. I tried to tell Naomi, but she just found out the hard way by being bored as fucking Amsterdam. Depends what you're going there to do, though. I mean, if you're going for a cycle round, you want to see certain museums, you know, because the Van Gogh Museum's there, obviously. If you want to smoke a bit of weed and enjoy just a good time. But Rotterdam is emerging. I have heard that, but I've never been there. Callan Bowl, one of the craziest vloggers at the moment. I think you will be funnier than him without his stupid laugh. You haven't seen me laugh, mate. I laugh like a fucking hyena. Why David Beckham so popular? He was a good player, but he was more popular because of his looks. Also, yeah, Poco, I think obviously the collaboration he did with that Spice Girls thought, who was huge at the time, raised him into superstardom. She ironed that fucker out and made him into a superstar. He was a good footballer. He was maybe even a very good footballer, but he's not on anyone's goat mountain. Do you know what I'm saying? For reals. Being a veteran is usually a turn off for women. Most American servicemen are low-educated egomaniacs, and I guess they worry about you waking up in the middle of the night and fucking freaking out. Yep, Madrid are losing to Liverpool, and I said they would. I said they would. People forget, man. Tottenham battering Copenhagen like this is a little bit of a surprise. But, oh, Van der Ven scored. I've got him in my dream team. Let's go. I hope they can keep that clean sheet. I need the points. But Copenhagen are literal dog shit. So I'm more surprised that Bayern Munich are beating PSG so comfortably, but both very, very good teams. I'm sorry that Cluster, that's mad to me. I assumed you would be dripping in vag, but you probably still are. You probably just don't mention it. I get to travel the world and save up to buy a house while I did. I guess so. He's like a pioneer of hairstyles. He was. Luke, he was. You're absolutely right. Beckham is a G. He is. And he managed to slam out another woman, and his wife just had to take it. She had to take it on the chin and act like it didn't happen. That's about as based as it gets. That's how you know you've reached true manhood. When you can be a slippery, cheating little scumbag, and your wife just goes, "Thank you, sir. Can I have another?" It's beautiful. Imagine your veteran husband beating you up at 3 a.m. because the fridge is making ice. Yeah, just freaking out. Like he hears the fridge shooting out ice and just loses his shit and just batters you. Frankie, in China, do you get to pick your job or is it assigned to you? Like, no, of course you. What do you mean? Of course you pick your job. Klaus, I'm going to tell you this now, yeah. Everything you've heard about China, yeah, is complete and utter bullshit. And Macon the Walker's been there, and he can confirm this to me. China is actually amazing. I want to smoke a bit of weed and have a good time. Our state is illegal, but every state around us is legal. So are you like from Texas then? Because I think it's still illegal in Texas, isn't it? Which is crazy to me. All right, so Poco, Great Britain is made up of 4 countries, yeah? Northern Ireland, Scotland, England, and Wales. And then you've got Ireland, the Republic of Ireland, that's underneath Northern Ireland. England is just one country inside the United Kingdom. So Great Britain and the UK is the same, has 4 countries, England, Northern Ireland, Wales, and Scotland. You're welcome. Nothing is illegal if you have loads of money you can spend without thinking. All right, so Cowboy, what would happen in Texas if you got, I'm assuming you're in Texas, I could be wrong. What would happen if you got arrested there with weed? Is the punishment really severe? Hey, I served in the army and actually went to college, but yeah, most people who serve in the US military are pretty, because it's kind of presented as that kind of option, isn't it? Which is stupid. It's presented as like, oh, well, you failed college or you failed, come and join the army. It's kind of seen as a last resort, whereas apparently there are some things that you really have to, you have to be obviously physically fit and somewhat mentally not retarded. Frankie, how do you cook eggs? You're going to hate me for this, bro. Poached. I fuck with poached because it's the easiest way to keep the yolk. I'd either go poached or I'd go sunny side up. Oh, sorry. Over easy is what I meant. Basically, I like my eggs yolky as fuck. So anything that guarantees a really yolky egg, that's what I fuck with. In America, they make it seem like you graduate school in China and they say report to this factory at 5. Yeah, it ain't that. That is wild. That is actually funny. It's not like that. China is crazy. I was just there. It's 50 years ahead of the UK. I just ordered a coffee and got it delivered on the 16th floor by a drone. Yep. That's what they fuck with in China now. The stuff they do there is mad. It's like when I was living in China, I used to I'd be there for like 2 years and then I'd go back to England and then I'd see them introducing stuff they had there like 5, 10 years ago. Like automated machines in like McDonald's and stuff like that. But the robot thing and the drone thing it's becoming a thing. In China, yeah, it's impossible. If you want a job in China, you'll get one because they make convenience the center of everything. Big Frank, how you doing, S Dog? S Dog, I heard you're going live tonight. Is that true? Who you going on with? You going on with the boys, or is it a solo stream? Shout out to S Dog's MMA, great lad, and a really good YouTube channel as well. And shout out to Crystal Miller, one of my favorite people in the entire universe. Love you, Crystal. Hope you're having a great day. Weed grows naturally on the roadside in some eastern countries. I'm starting to come around to the idea that I need to start growing my own weed, but doing it on the sly. You fuck eggs. I said, what eggs do you fuck with? I don't fuck eggs. I'm too big. And that's the story I'm putting out there, and I'm sticking to it. Weed is mostly decriminalized here, but they'll find a way to hurt you with it if you're the wrong shade or don't have money. And that's the issue that we have. Well, one of the many issues we have. We invented your fake fucking country. Say thank you, Jesus. Brother, this channel was taken off, my dog. Nah, it's just I found some fellow retards that have joined me into sharing our stupid, retarded way of thinking. And I couldn't be more grateful for it. I really couldn't. What do you think? Which country is ahead compared to the other? Is it US? It depends on what you see as seeing ahead. Like, do you think of it in terms of technologically, in terms of how they're expanding their influence across the world? For me, the most influential country in our lifetimes is always going to be America. But China is gathering a lot of soft power that people aren't aware of, and they're building a lot of infrastructure in different countries that is going to lead to a very dominating situation. So I would say America is still the global leader, but China is pulling up in ways that they ain't even prepared for. But again, it depends on how you view being ahead. I've seen a Nigel Benn flashback on Pluto Boxing. How you doing, EQ? Good to have you back, my man. Let me make sure I'm all caught up, which I'm fucking not. Jesus Christ. Yes, sir. Don't tell anyone. I'm keeping it real quiet. What's your favorite position? Mine is doggy. It's not doggy. Mine is How you doing, Jane and Bon? I'm here just because I'm bored. You'd have to be hanging out here, to be fucking honest with you. For me, North Korea. Yeah, North Korea. Bro, I'm out. H, it's been a pleasure, man. I enjoyed this session as well, man. It's you guys are what make this channel fun. It has fuck all to do with me. And we're 2 more likes away from 80, and we're about to hit 150 votes, which is crazy. And we've only done a 2-hour stream. That's mad. Honestly, there's something about Tuesday, yeah, where the boys and girls just turn up. I've got to shout you out. I still don't understand how Nick Diaz got back. Yeah, because it's just fucked, innit? That was one of the worst. But to be fair, when you look back at it now, considering how much brain damage that cunt has, it probably was for the best. And at least his brother went on to do like sensational things. Have you talked about Tank versus Jake Paul being cancelled? I heard that it was cancelled, but I didn't know that it had been made official yet. I've heard they're potentially talking to Carl Froch about stepping in as the replacement, which would be a very big mistake on Jake Paul's side, in my opinion. Shama, the best answer to that question is my favorite position is literally dependent on what kind of mood that I'm in. But yeah, making the walk. That fight was farcical to begin with and never should have been happening. Because let's face it, it was a money grab. But I'm surprised that they're ending it because of the Tank situation. He'd been in domestic violence issues before. So it's like you arrange a fight with somebody who's diddled kids, yeah? And then you find out they diddled another kid, and then you call the fight off. It makes no sense to me. It makes no sense. It's Wednesday here in New Zealand. You had me fucked up for a second. Yeah, it's nearly Wednesday here in the UK as well, bro. We're not catching you up. That's a retarded thing to say, but you know what I mean. The poor people in China eat gourmet food on the streets. Luke, I'll tell you this much about China, yeah. China has the largest percentage of middle class people in the world, and it's not even debatable. I'm doing drugs, yeah. Well, I guess it's a type of drug. I'm using my vape and I don't want anyone to see it. Terence Crawford would beat the actual fuck out of Paul. Paul doesn't want any. I think Paul, at least with Paul, I've got some level of respect for him, whereas Logan is a complete scumbag. He's the worst. I mean, Jake Paul's a fucking twat as well, but Crawford would literally kill him in a round. I think Chris Eubank Jr. He needs to be fighting Chris Eubank Jr. level, and I think Chris Eubank Jr. would fuck him up as well. I heard that in China they use human poop to grow grain and plants. I mean, I've never seen that, so I can't confirm or deny. Shama, if you want to bring up something in MMA, bring up a topic and I'll talk about it. I'll rant about it for as long as we can keep it going. As long as we can keep it going. Have a good night, bro. Thank you so much. I really, really appreciate having you here, Cowboy. You are a G. You're one of the subscribers I really appreciate having here. And I'm glad that you keep coming back because you always have great takes and you always keep it mad respectful. And I respect who you are as a person and what you've achieved in your life. So shout out to you. How come the Welsh has England's only undefeated boxer legend? Because Welsh people are based and just better. Joe Calzaghe is probably the greatest British boxer of all time, and he never gets spoken about. Because everyone talks about how he was a slap fighter and all that kind of shit, but nobody could stop him. And he fought great competition throughout his entire career. Tate brothers versus Paul brothers. I mean, the great thing about that situation, in theory, is that we get to see at least one cunt get knocked out. However, we know what would happen. They would lie. They would fucking lie, and it would just become a money grab for both of them. They'd somehow both of it come in pretty good. What do you think? What favorite striker of all time? That is a fucking tough question. My favorite boxing striker of all time, maybe not of all time, but one of my favorites to watch is Lomachenko. The way that guy moves is fucking sensational. And in MMA, I'd have to go with the old GOAT Anderson Silva. He made people look fucking ridiculous. And while I think there are people that I enjoy watching more now, like Yuri, Silva was sensational. When Silva was at his pomp, he was embarrassing motherfuckers that were good. What do you think UFC needs more weight classes, like super lightweight, super heavyweight, etc.? I want to see really, really fat bitches fight. So I want to see like a 140 and above women's division. And I want to see, more than anything, a bodybuilder division. I want to see Eddie Halls and Four Bjornsson type motherfuckers fighting each other. And Brian Shaw. I want them to have a bodybuilder division. I want to see superhuman, like jacked, roided off sons of bitches beating the shit out of each other. I want to see the earth shake when they throw blows. Did you see the video of Billy Joe pretending he was a police officer pulling up? Billy Joe Saunders is funny as fuck. He made a video a while ago that was really funny about what he does when his missus talks too much shit. And it was supposed to be tongue in cheek and like funny. He talked about body in his missus when she talked, and it was so funny. Did you watch Buatsi versus Parker? No, I saw you mean a while ago. I saw Parker's latest fight, which I thought was an early stoppage. Women's atomweight is the move. I've been calling for a women's atomweight division for a long time because their division in one is one of my favorite divisions to watch. I just think it's so technical and it makes women look like they can actually fight. The thing is, I don't think the UFC will ever do it. Whereas I think there's a very, very strong possibility that they're more likely to make a super heavyweight division for men than they are to make a atomweight division for women, which is a shame because there are some really skilled, skinny little bitches out there. I want to fight. Pick me. We need a redneck women's division. That would be sick. Yeah, Anderson Silva. It's just the thing is with Anderson Silva, he was so slick. And he made the era that he operated in look average when really it wasn't. The middleweight era when Anderson Silva was around was amazing, but because he used to fuck people up. 2-1 Bayern PSG, game on. Have you ever watched Benidorm? I haven't, but I've heard it's funny. Is that the one where basically young people go to an island and then they get drunk off their tits and then fuck each other? Is that the one that is? Women's super heavyweight is a better idea. It fucking is. I want to see round women rolling around trying to hit each other. I would love that. The British fans are so rabid when it comes to Billy Joe. They hate him with a passion. They do. And the thing is, yeah, I think he's hilarious, but he also is a cunt. So Big Chief, yeah, by the way, shout out to you. I did see a message of yours earlier. Sorry that I didn't respond faster. How would a tag team division work for you? Does it mean that two people fight and then one person gets knocked out and the next person jumps in? That could be interesting. Johnny Vegas is fun. Oh, Benidorm is it? Oh, Johnny Vegas. I haven't seen it. Is it worth it? I'm always looking for new things to watch. Why don't people who's overall smart like you and me get famous and stupid guys like I kind of rate what I Show Speed's doing, to be honest. I know there's a lot of favorable things done of him, but he seems like a genuinely decent person. One day some bad things are going to come out about him when they get tired of his growth, and then everyone's going to turn on him. Remember, you heard it here first. He's going to get falsely accused of like being a rapist or like a nonce or something, and he's going to tumble from grace, and it's going to turn out that he didn't do it. I'm calling it now. UFC isn't that great compared to back in the day. It's not, man. UFC used to be amazing. But maybe we're just older and jaded now. I don't know. 82 plus likes. You guys are the best. I fucking love you. I've never actually watched an I Show Speed video or a live stream. I've seen his shorts, obviously, because they're everywhere. But women's jello fighting. Crystal, thank you. We need to wish this into existence. We really do. I mean, Foxy Boxing is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. So do you think that McGregor could beat Mike Perry in BKB? No, I don't think he could. I don't think he could. And I don't think he'll go there. I think if it was ever going to be a possibility, I do think the chances of McGregor making a comeback in MMA are higher than ever. But no, I think Mike Perry would outdog him. And he's got way more experience bare knuckle fighting as well. Sounds like a lot of jello. Amazing. I'm not bricked up right now. Husband versus wife power slap would be goated. Especially if the wife was like huge and it was like a skinny little tiny husband. Because we know that they're out there. I agree with making the walk. I think Platinum would fucking wreck him. And I think Conor McGregor knows it. I do think we get Conor McGregor back in the cage at some. I'm believing it more and more now because he does seem to be cleaning up his act a little bit until he falls off the wagon again. But it's gonna have to be somebody against somebody very, very beatable. I think he's very much he's gonna be super selective about who he fights now because he's gonna want to go out on a win, which is gonna be very hard to do. It's gonna be hard to find somebody that has name value that people don't laugh at that Conor McGregor could actually beat now. What's your favorite question of mine I ever said on chat? Ash, that's a tough one, man. That really is tough. Because you ask some very insightful questions. I mean, I can't remember any of them, but whenever you ask a question, I always pay attention. DJ versus Rodtang proves MMA is superior. Not well, it does. It does in a way, but Rodtang's not trained as a mixed martial artist, so it's kind of unfair. Obviously, having more tools to go to is more beneficial. Connor's too smart to do bare knuckle. It's brutal, and the pay can't be great to get. Connor doesn't need the money or the stitches. I completely agree. But because he's got an ownership stake in the company, he could probably make. I mean, if Conor McGregor comes back to fight in any way, shape, or form, it's going to do numbers because people are going to be intrigued. Sorry, Fug Life. You asked me this question before. What music genre do you like to hear? I would say I've got quite an eclectic like music taste. I like oldies, I like old rock and old. But I was very I listened to a lot of hip hop growing up. Have you ever been arrested, Frankie? I have. I got arrested for getting into a fight. And it was one of the stupidest moments of my life. I got into a fight with a cafe owner. I can't remember what the fight was about. I was drunk off my head and it was in the middle of the day. So I got into a fight with this cafe owner and we were scrapping for a little bit. And then people separated us. And then someone came up behind me and I threw an elbow and then turned, saw the illuminated jacket, realized it was a cop, sobered up instantly. The cop picked me up, dropped me on my face, and I got arrested. And the only reason why I didn't go to jail is because the cop absolutely fucking destroyed me. So, do you enjoy video game OSTs? The best video game OST I think of all time is from my favorite game, which is Persona 5 Royale. The soundtrack on that game is fucking splendorific. What do you think? Who is the GOAT? Mighty Mouse, GSP, Khabib. I can tell you it's not Khabib. Khabib isn't even in the top 5. My GOAT is Mighty Mouse. We did a poll about this before. And interestingly, I wasn't the aggressor in the fight with the owner of the, I think the owner of the cafe. I was with my ex-girlfriend at the time and he was getting really fresh. So we got into some kind of argument and I think he tried to push me. And then we just started fucking throwing hands and then got separated. But what happened after that was bad. Are you good at cooking? I'm decent. I'm decent. Drunk out of your head in the middle of the day and got into a fight. You really are Irish. Yeah. What it was, yeah, Star Smoth, is I was actually still drunk from the day before and I carried on drinking. So technically it's not that bad. And I was very young. I think I was 18 or 19 when that went down. Not the best moment of my life. And it almost was ruined because I technically had a criminal record because I just wanted to get out of there. And when I was in the police station, they told me that, oh, look, it's a misunderstanding. We hurt you. So they explained to me that charges wouldn't be pressed. So they asked me to sign something to get my release. And what I was signing was admitting that I was drunk and disorderly. So I ended up with a criminal record, which didn't come off my record for 10 years. And you don't understand yet, being an educator, that's a big no-no. You have a lot of people that turn around and won't hire you because getting a criminal record is obviously part of, doing that job. I don't even argue. I just start throwing hands. I mean, I was young. I used to be a fucking moron. Genuinely. I used to think that the best, like I would literally talk myself into bad situations. Yeah, no, I didn't get I got on my criminal record drunk and disorderly. I never did jail time. I never went to court. But that was the reason. Very stupid. I also got into a fight in China and I didn't get arrested at the time, but I got seen on like their CCTV system is crazy. And then I ended up having to go to a police station and then the guy was there. And then basically I had to pay the guy off to drop all the charges. So shout out to China. Brilliant way of dealing with things. That's the most Irish thing I've ever heard you say. I was still drunk. Yeah, 100%. It doesn't count if you're still drunk from the night before. That's not day drinking. That's continuing the party from the night before. Imagine you predicted both Liverpool and Bayern to win. There's only 2 minutes left plus added time. $20 equals 160. That's crazy. I told you that Liverpool were going to win today. Thanks, a professor for cons. I knew it. Yeah, fortunately, it was expunged from my record after a certain amount of time. Yeah, it doesn't affect my job life. But what happened is I got into a very prestigious university to do my teaching masters, and it came up on my report, and they withdrew their offer, and I had to go to a different university. Gain Shillis, that's alcoholism. I think if you've got an alcoholic, you have to have some kind of dependency on alcohol. And like, that when you start drinking again, you can't. I am very much in control of how much alcohol I drink. Like I've drank twice in the last year. I don't have an addictive personality when it comes to alcohol. Only vagina, sir. Yip yip. What's up, brother? How you doing, Ryan Morris? Well, hell, Weston, Frankie has forgiven us for our sins. What's your favorite drink? It's whiskey straight. I like a straight good whiskey, preferably smoky, so something like Ardbeg. But I became a fan of like Japanese whiskeys over the years. But damn, the fucking hangovers can be brutal. Shout out to you, Northwest. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I haven't gone onto Twitter recently. Has all this business been sorted out? I hope it has. What's up, Lex? How you doing, somebody 007? What's good, man? I'm gonna be here for another couple minutes, so if you wouldn't mind getting your questions in now. I've got 10 minutes left, and then I've got to fuck off to bed. Your favorite vape flavor? My favorite vape flavor is pineapple. How zesty is that? It's just good. You can never go wrong with a straight whiskey. I like it on the rocks. Having it on ice is the best way to get it done. Not yet. Has he got back to you yet, though? Has the communication opened up? How you doing, B? What's good, man? Shout out to you. Where you from, sir? I've had it. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. I'm not very picky when it comes to my whiskey, but why do you like to fuck off? What do you mean? Why do I like to say it? I'm just expressing myself. I have a lot of pent-up rage. Have you ever tried Hibiki whiskey? I can picture it in my mind now. I believe I have. I've tried most Japanese whiskeys. Supposedly tomorrow or Thursday. That's good news. At least the communication is up. Ardbeg is ridiculously good. It's very, very smoky. Ardbeg is unknown, very unknown. Do you ever play chess? No, I've played it a couple of times. I consider myself to be relatively intelligent, but like I would get owned by anyone who's at a decent. I'd get owned by morons at chess because I've never really committed to it. I really wish I had. I'm trying to get my son into it at the moment. Scotch is better than bourbon. How you doing, edits and daily vlogs? What's good, man? I'm assuming you've got a YouTube channel. Maybe check the guy out. Hey guys, I'm back. I couldn't stay away, and I'm fuck off. How you doing, Andrew Hill? The amount I swear on this channel is not good. It's really bad for me. I should really sort my language out, but I can't help myself. I've got family in Japan. My uncle is like a whiskey connoisseur, but his favorite is Hibiki whiskey. I'm pretty sure I've tried it. Japanese whiskey is the way. Straight out the bottle is the only there's no other way. I'm proper pretentious in that I get like a really nice tumbler and I act like I'm sophisticated while I'm getting drunk off my nut. It's the way to do it. Chrissy J, how you doing? Much love. Yeah, Jack Daniels is for the unsophisticated. I was about to say something really rude there, but I'm not going to. Anything like that is just not great. But you still. I mean, Jack Daniels isn't the worst thing in the world. It's just not what a sophisticated drinker fucks with. I want to see a Strickland versus. Oh yeah, somebody did ask who should Izzy fight. I had a name for him in mind, and now it's gone out of my head. He shouldn't be fighting anybody in the top 6. Yeah, Luke, I did answer the question about chess. I'm not sure if you saw it. I don't play chess. I've played it a couple of times when I was younger, but I wasn't very good. Fuck it, swearing is a good outlet. Let it all out. It's not that bad. I don't think Jack Daniels is that disgusting. I think if you drink it straight, it's pretty bad, but the hangovers are brutal because it's piss. It's the devil's piss. John Jones versus Alex. That's what we need to see. Old fashioned is my go-to. I love old fashions and I love whiskey sours. Can you remind me, Antec, which one is the one that has the egg in it? Because that's the one that I fuck with. I mean, Crystal, would you describe yourself as sophisticated? I didn't say you're an unsophisticated person. I said you're an unsophisticated whiskey drinker. Actually, now I'm trying to backtrack because of how much I love you. And I'm not saying that I don't drink whiskey or that I don't drink Jack Daniels because I occasionally have done. Do you follow the chess world though? News? Not particularly. Not. I mean, I know obviously who Magnus Carlsen is. I know there's an Indian dude who's fucking chopping it up right now. Whiskey sour has the egg in it, so whiskey sour is my shit. Anyone who decided to put egg in a fucking whiskey is absolutely the goat. The goat. I'm assuming it must have happened by accident. Ash, I'm not ignoring you, mate. I'm really not ignoring you. If you have a pertinent question, can you ask me again? As I've told you multiple times, Ash, the chat is stuck in top chat, so I don't see every chat. Egg in a cocktail is diabolical in a good or bad way. Not an old fashioned. It's just bitters, couple cubes from and a zest. Never had a whiskey and an egg, mate. Antec, you've got to try it. Are you Irish or from the UK? Both. I was born in Ireland, but I grew up in the UK. I used to drink Thunderbird by the bottle. Fuck me, mate. Holy shit, we've got 85 likes in here. This is fucking crazy. Have you ever been to Temple Bar and tried Guinness? I don't know if it was called the Temple Bar, but I've had Guinness in Dublin and it's different. It's different. I'm buttering you up, Crystal. Yeah. I bet you sleep with all the guys at the MMA camp. You're definitely not talking to me, cunt. Egg and a whiskey, breakfast of champions, 100%. Well done to Liverpool. Shout out to them. I want all the British teams to do well. Fuck those Spanish wankers. What do you think about Nate Diaz? Is he the real deal or just the bullshit? I think he's the real deal. I really do. I love the Diaz brothers. They've grown on me. I used to think they were fucking brains. I used to think they were what do you call it, brain donors, but they're actually funny as fuck, and they're real, man. Nick Diaz's story is fucking crazy, and I've got nothing but respect for the guy. Is the UK more or less dangerous than the US in your opinion? The US is far more dangerous, but again, I'm overgeneralizing because the US is fucking massive. Whereas the UK is a shitty little island. Let's keep it real. Celebrity slap tournament. Who would you like to see first? Fucking, that's a great question. That is a fantastic question. I'd want to see women doing it. Women that have titties. Are you disappointed in me? I'm disappointed that was the first thing I thought of. Who remembers Diamond White? I don't remember Diamond. Who the fuck's Diamond White? Guinness is Protestant ale, by the way. I know you've told me about this, Caravaggio, and I've chosen to ignore it because you're ruining it for me. But now that I'm not like a certified Catholic anymore, I guess it doesn't really matter. Star Smoth. It's illegal to defend yourself here in the UK. Pepper spray is considered a firearm. Exactly. Do you think Paddy would rather fight Ilya Tapira right now or Conor McGregor, like legitimately? I think if they offered him both, he would take that Conor fight all fucking day long. And who would you rather fight? I'd love to slap Keir Starmer and call him a cunt. Oh, I remember Diamond White. It was in like a black can, right? Yeah, that shit was fucked up. By the way, yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to leave in a minute, yeah. But can you recommend like any good channels that we can raid? Because I'm not gonna make it to S-Dog's stream, unfortunately. However, is there any creator that you appreciate, enjoy, that you might want to raid and show some love to? Because I'm really sorry to end the stream now. I'm having an absolute ball, but I have to work tomorrow and it's 10 p.m. Paddy can manage BKB or not? Definitely not. Drop this. You drop this, sir. You guys make me never want to visit England. And back in the day, all I wanted to do was, yeah, mate, Star Smoth, forget it, mate. We're cooked out here. We're cooked out here. Don't visit. Don't visit. We're done out here. Go to Asia. Go to America. If you're not in America already, which you probably are, go to Asia, mate. If you're struggling to like travel, if you can't travel as much as you'd like to right now, go to Asia. Watch Callan Bowl. All right, man. I will. You've got me. Guys, I just want to shout out to all of you. This has been a sensational stream. There's something about Tuesday. I don't know why. I like the I or the eh. UK versus Finland. Which one would you choose? Probably Finland right now. And I don't even know that much about Finland. UK's cooked, brother. Anyway, oh, is musical on? Fuck off. He's not, is he? Is musical on? Is he streaming right now? Musical MMA show. All right, we've got it. Please, can we raid? Can you guys, when I leave, can you please raid this channel? Or you can raid Connell's Combat, who Western Mass Climber has recommended. If you can click on there and head over there, I'd really appreciate it and just show them some love. Guys, you've been fucking sensational. Sorry for swearing yet again. I've had a brilliant time with you tonight. If you haven't hit the like, please do. If you haven't subscribed, please do. Star Smoth, everyone here, I hope you have an amazing night as well. New Jersey. New Jersey. Much love, bro. I've really had a good night. Thank you for making this community what it is. You have no idea how much I appreciate it. To all of the OGs in here and all the new ones who come in and don't talk about penises, you have no idea how much I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for making this one of the biggest streams I've done in a long time. 90 fucking likes. I don't think I've ever hit 90 likes on a live stream. And 171 votes is crazy. You guys are sensational. Phaser Leo, I'm sorry, I'm about to head out. Thank you for popping in. All of you have a wonderful day. Thank you to all the mods who have. We haven't had to kick too many people out today, from what I've seen. It's been amazing. Vamos, shout out to you, our latest mod. Love you, bro. 90 likes is sensational. Really, that's fucking beautiful. Guys, you are awesome. Every single one of you, I appreciate you. Thank you for making this community what it is. You're great. I will. I'll have that biryani. And one day I'll have a biryani in India itself. I've got to visit there at some point. 92. Fucking hell, guys. Guys, be well. Head over to Musical or Combat Connor, which Westy, can you throw the link up one more time? You can choose whichever one you feel like. Show some love. I'll see you guys in a bit. Maximum respect. I'll see you all probably on Thursday.